time to start the show with Bl'Artagnan, Type Zoe, and Raw Life. This is the Lifestream.
There we go. Hello, hello, beautiful people. Cosmic Poo starting the show off right with a damn sub right off the bat. Wake is great. That's right. We'll get into that here in a second. Welcome to the Lifestream number 14, I believe it is. Blart, tell the people hello.
Hello, hello. How y'all doing tonight?
And Zoe, how are you doing?
It's me. I'm doing okay. I am no longer frustrated by my shitty laptop.
Yeah, there was some technical issues, wasn't there?
There were, to put it lightly, but we are all good. We're going to forget about that and have ourselves a nice stream.
Yes, we are.
This is unprecedented. Tech issues on a live stream. Who would have thunk it?
Not me. Not me.
It's a recurring bit, honestly.
Also,
Speaking of recurring bits, I will say during the musical intro, my neighbors began moving furniture upstairs. It's
you sweet innocent.
uncanny.
You sweet innocent boy. You still think they're moving furniture up there, don't you? God.
Then why is there bed in the kitchen?
Well, here's the thing. I know you're sweet and innocent. There doesn't have to be a bed involved. Sometimes there is no bed. Just things happen like that. So if you maybe get a broom and hit the floor or the roof of your, you know what I'm saying? Hit the roof of your apartment.
Oh yeah, like in the old 50s sitcoms and stuff.
Yeah, and then just shout, and say, "Hey, I'm working here."
Yeah, okay, that's the ticket. That's what I'll do next time I do that. Thanks, Raw.
Problem. Hey, Tree Void, YouTube, RVK in the chat, Cosmic Poo started the show with a sub. We really appreciate that. Thank you. That's 5 months. Holy shit. Have we been doing this for 5 months? He's a holdover from the old days. We do appreciate that. So, Blart, how was your weekend, man?
My weekend was very good, very spooky. Yeah, we had Halloween. I went down to visit my in-laws, so we spent some time there. Played some D&D. Went to a Halloween party, which was delightful. We played a bunch of board games. I got to play Gloom for the first time, which is a very fun kind of card game kind of deal, and Mysterium, which is I think my favorite like tabletop board game type game out there. I don't want to go too into it, but it's a very fun cooperative game involving trippy artwork and like ghost seances. It's really good.
What's it called?
Zoe, how was your week? Oh, Mysterium.
I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, I'll drop the name in the chat, but it's just if you enjoy playing board games with people in a cooperative setting, it's super duper fun. Zoe, how was your weekend?
My weekend was very up and down, but it ended on a high note with Halloween. I got dressed up, I went to a party, and I had a good time, which I think it'd been like 2 or 3 years since I'd been to a costume party, so that was a lot of fun. I dressed up and indulged my inner weeaboo for one day of the year. You will never catch me doing weeb shit again. So sorry if you missed it. It's over, and yeah, it was a good day. Good night.
Yeah, no more weeb shit until you start talking about JP again.
Shh.
Every single day.
Got him.
Thanks for asking. My weekend was...
We don't give a shit about your weekend.
It's pretty much the same every weekend, but it's getting exponentially... exponentially? It's getting exponentially better each time because Wake Forest is now 8-0. That's right, folks. 8 wins, 0 losses. Best start in school history. I'm beside myself. I actually missed my login bonus Saturday and Sunday for the first time ever. So I came in this morning to Cait Sith Lufenia that we'll talk about later. Lufenia Plus. That is really just pissing my eye after a weekend of fun and excitement. I didn't do any Halloween stuff. Saturday night I dressed up like Mario. There's some pictures floating around the internet. I don't know if you'll ever see them. But we had a good time. Then I had a wedding on Sunday. And that was fun. So I had a great weekend. Everybody had a great weekend. Until DFFOO reared its ugly head. Bart, what's been going on DFFOO, man?
Well, before we get into it, I think we should just all agree we're not going to argue about the pronunciation because it's dumb. For the cat's name,
yeah, the cat. We'll just,
yes,
yeah.
It's spelled Cait Sith in English, Ket she in Gaelic, whatever the initial pronunciation is, and
Gaelic.
So
Gaelic is Irish for actual Irish people.
Actually, CSDX with a spoiler in the chat. I'm not going to read it out loud, but that is a very good comment.
It's true too.
Spoiler for a game from like over 20 years old, of course. What's going on in DFO? Well, Vayne dropped. That happened, and the Raffalacia raid showed up, and it was pretty fun.
Was that since now? Oh my God, Chris 5258 once again cementing his spot.
Oh my Jesus!
As the #1 friend of the show, Chris 5258. I know you all follow him. If you don't, click on his thing in the chat and follow him right now. Chris rating with a party of 30. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Chris. We love you, man.
Yeah, no, thanks, Chris. Welcome to the show. I hope, I believe last time we met, it was your birthday, and so I hope you've had a happy week in this new year of your life and whatever, all that jazz. Chris 5258, everybody. So what are we dealing with here? We're dealing with the Vayne Raffalacia raid at the moment, in co-op anyway. And it's funny because...
oh, Jesus. We can't do it. We can't get through anything because our community is so sweet.
Keep interrupting me with this.
Keep going with the show. Just keep going.
No, Cosmic Poo, 5 tier 1 subs. Cosmic Poo, a longtime friend of the show. Thank you so much, Cosmic. You are you continue to climb the leaderboards of our hearts. One Zone Adversary, also with the follow. Thank you so much, man. Real quick, I wanted to say, Chris, how did you find the Lufenia Plus? I know it's terrible. Did you get through Cait Sith? Let us know in chat. Blart, I'm sorry I keep interrupting you. Please finish.
It's all good. And hello, Cross13 in the chat. I see you there, and screw you. I see what you said.
You guys will never win.
We will never win, but it's okay. So yeah, the Raffalacia raid, the Vayne event, came. It's funny for me. It was an event that was like horribly doom posted in JP with everyone. I mean, certain prominent content creators talking about how shitty the design was because the whatchamacallit, the bosses the bosses warp their turns every 12 actions that you take, which is a pretty funny thing to do for a debut event for a character whose entire gimmick is taking a bunch of free turns. In some ways, that feels like a bit of a dick move. I don't mind when a cycle does that, but I do think it's a little bit like, really, you had to do it on their actual debut event. But so I went into this thinking, okay, well, the idea is this is a fight where they want you to take turns. So like, all right, that's fine. I'll bring like X-Death and Beatrix, and I'll have an off-turn damage team, and it'll be fine. And honestly, the first run I did of it was real smooth and fine. Every run since that initial run, I tried going through it. It was actually a surprising struggle. Surprising because I was like, well, everyone doom posted it, and I know what the gimmick is. They all yelled about it. I'll just respect the gimmick and respect the mechanics of the fight and not get completely boned. And wow, it took a while. That really, like, I was enjoying it. The mechanics were fun and engaging, and I really have a hard time counting to 12. It turns out.
It's 12's a big number. I can see it.
It doesn't matter if you respect it or not. It's that fight is just pain.
The thing, I figured it out. The thing that got me, the 12th turn warp thing, I can deal with. Even if I can't count to 12, at least when it happens, I know, like, okay, that was on me. I miscounted. That's fine. The thing that got me was I didn't realize the orb was +4 on break, which is actually a pretty darn tight orb if you don't bring a certain subset of rebreaker characters or like off-turn damage characters. So, I mean, Vayne, of course, checks the orb completely and makes it non-issue, but like I was bringing Beatrix, and some fights you would perfectly cover it, and other times, like if I wasn't, I'd be like, oh, I'll use one or an AA here, oh, call here, this will be fine, and wow, the orb is already at 0. That was fast.
Wait, you said Vayne checked it perfectly. That can't be true. I was told by the Doom posting community that Vayne sucks for his own event, and he sucks for his own entire cycle. Can that not be true?
Well, I hope not, because well, I went pretty well. We'll get to that later, but no. Okay, it's weird because he is one of the best checks to the orb itself in the game, I think, because his rebreaks come so freely. It's like RNA levels of like every time he does something, it's basically going to get a rebreak. And +4 means he can pretty much whenever he wants, boost the orb up to a bunch. The problem, of course, is that the 12 turns thing, he can very easily run afoul of that if you're not careful. And turns out I wasn't very careful for a while. Yeah, Zoe, what did you think? I feel like I really struggled here, so I'm curious to hear how it went for you. Never mind. I think Zoe's computer crapped out on her. Rod, do you want to talk about your experience with it?
She hates this fight so much she turned her computer off so she could avoid talking about it. Yeah, it was bad. Well, I got thoughts about this fight. I got thoughts about a lot of the fights that we've had so far, but basically, I brought a strong team and smoked it. Ace, Porum, help me out, Blart. You know, Ace, Porum, some other third that was really good here, and smoked it. But then I wanted to get Zidane through. You know, Zidane, all the Doomposters. Yeah, that's where it came in. I wish I could remember right now who I brought with Ace and Porum, but they just absolutely... I've actually got all my screenshots saved on my phone, so let's see who it was. But they made me feel so full of confidence and pride that I wasn't really worried about. What's it called? Lure of the Lush? Agrius.
Yes.
It was Agrius, Ace, and Porum, and they handled it swimmingly. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to bring Zidane. So I tried it over and over and over. You know, Zidane deletes turns if you're not careful, and these guys have to take turns, right?
Yeah, so that is... I saw a couple Zidane runs. I think I saw yours, and I watched someone else do one. I think Clay or someone.
Leviax had a really great Zidane run. My Zidane run ended up... I tried it for at least a couple hours and could not get Zidane through with the cool teams I wanted. So I ended up just using Zidane, Bartz, and... So yeah, I forgot again. Zidane, Bartz, and Porum, maybe?
I thought, well, Ace showed up at some point. Beatrix, I think. You had Beatrix, but you swapped out for Ace for most of the fight.
That's right. Beatrix, Zidane, and, yeah. But anyway, Bartz. So I did get Zidane through it. It was miserable. It's, I'm going to do the fight on stream right now just so we can run through some of the, mechanics. But wow, it's a pain in the ass if you're deleting their turns. You do not want to delete their turns whatsoever. But I want to shout out Leviax. I did post my run just for my saga. I do a Zidane saga every event. I bring Zidane. But Leviax 7, he did a run of Beatrix, VV, and Zidane, and it was sensational. So check that out for sure.
I feel like whenever I've seen Leviax do so many Final Fantasy IX themed runs or Type 0 themed runs that I feel like he's got something going on where if he plays a theme team from a specific game, he just gets synergy bonus on all the characters or something because he does the most crazy things. It's awesome.
They're very consistent.
Oh,
I'm back.
Whoa,
yeah,
she's back.
Sorry.
I said
so you guys were talking about the Rafflesia raid.
We were talking about our respective experiences and how, at the end of the day, it kind of sucked. I mean, it was also kind of fun, but it also kind of sucked.
That's kind of accurate. I think that it was a pretty well-designed, hard fight. I think it's annoying to have Vayne as the synergy character for it, but I don't have too many problems with the fight overall. I brought Cloud of Darkness, BT+, Deuce, and Beatrix to this one, so I did have a synergy rebreaker, which probably colored my experience of it a little bit, but I think that some of the off-turn teams, especially with Beatrix as a huge MVP for this fight, were able to manipulate the bosses so that if you give them enough turns and you just have a couple rebreaks, and Cloud of Darkness Friend was huge for a lot of non-native rebreaker teams, then it should be manageable, but it's definitely very tight, and the turn count can sneak up on you too.
Yeah, the turn count was actually really tight, and you actually hit upon something that kind of irked me for this, although in a dumb way. I feel like most of the good rebreakers in the game right now were synergy for this event, which is a great thing for most players and a frustrating thing for people trying to push the synergy runs through it because, pride or honor or whatever stupid thing is making them do it.
Pride or honor. Silly.
So I was looking at I was like, okay, who do I can do Strago? No, Strago's synergy. Cloud of Darkness synergy. Well, obviously Vayne is no good. And so it was I couldn't. It was funny. Eventually, I just was like, you know what? I don't need to do no synergy for this run. I'll just Actually, I think my first one was no synergy. Now that I mention it, but like, it was a funny thing to realize. Like, wow, all of the good rebreakers. I could bring Gabranth. Okay, Null admittedly wasn't synergy. Shoutouts to Cross13 in the chat, but I don't have Null. Also, hello to EOS26. How you doing? Long time no see.
Yes, Noel's a good rebreaker. Cross13, longtime fan of Noel. Check Historia Crux out tomorrow. Yeah, Tuesday nights on YouTube. Great show. Cross himself.
Yeah, I was
Cross himself
actually on it last week.
Oh wow! You
I meant to
interrupted
say, I thought it was a really,
good
show.
My rip, but Cross13 himself can eat rocks, but the show is great. So fuck you, Cross. Zoe, you were on Historia Crux last week. How'd that go?
It was fun. It was me, Caden, Bard, and Cross. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, listen to the episode. It was you guys had a fun time over there. I almost forgot to hold a grudge for you going behind our backs and two-timing us. Speaking as the guy who's already appeared on a number of other shows, and
yeah, you have no place to talk in this fight, Mr. Ranting Hour.
Yeah, you guys.
Hey! This my appearances there predated this little
fine.
escapade of
fine.
ours.
Historia Crux and Ranting Hour. By the way, check that out on Wednesdays on YouTube. They're both going to expect letters from my lawyer for alienation of affection. Look it up. It's a real thing. Alienation
contract
of
breaches.
No, alienation of affection. They went that. The people I love. Real quick, I'm going to run this fight on stream so people can see it with the most strongest team ever. What are the thresholds? What do they do? Run through the fight real quick. What do these guys do? I already forgot. Blart, you have to let them
thresholds.
You have to let them take turns and.
Yeah. So as we've covered, and as everyone knows at this point and has known for months, if you take 12 actions in a row, they work their turn and cleanse all. They cleanse all debuffs, which is kind of a pain. Well, all debuffs that aren't gold framed. Shoutouts to Kadaj mains. Which is, it's generally not game ending if that happens, except at this point we rely very heavily on call debuffs and things like that. So it'll cleanse your Kurosame that you've been relying on to, get you through the fight, things like that, which can be a huge pain in the butt. I think cleansing frame debuffs, now that calls have become such an ingrained part of the game, is actually a much more punishing mechanic than it used to be. It used to be like, okay, you play around the cleanse, reapply your stuff. Now it's like, okay, you have to be very careful about that.
And it was 50 turns, as we're looking at right now.
The turn count is another very surprisingly dangerous part of the thing. Actually, on my first run of this, I just kind of assumed it was going to be 65 turns because that's kind of been the thing. And I finished on exactly 50 turns. I was like, great, 50 turns. I looked and it was like 50 out of 50 turns. I was like,
yeah,
almost
nail biter, and you didn't even realize it. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, no, that was a good time. I was like, oh, this is going great. This is going fine. Oh yeah, look, I crushed this and almost threw up in my mouth.
I think mine was 35 turns. I don't remember, but Cloud of Darkness does a ton of damage, especially green, so it wasn't a huge issue for my run.
Cloud of Darkness is nuts. There are a lot of ways to make the turn count. You just need to respect it with your team building. I think, Ace, Cloud of Darkness,
Ace plus Beatrix is probably, I think, the most popular way to tackle this fight, both in like turn count and off-turn style, so you get more breaks for it. So there's some ways to do it.
I do need to apologize to Zoe because we were talking about this fight before it dropped, and she was saying, "Oh, well, the 12-turn counter." Wait, why do you bring Cloud of Darkness to this? She delays everybody so much. I need to let him move.
You just pace them a little bit, and Cloud has rebates, so you can control the orb better.
Okay. Well, anyway, I was making fun of Zoe and saying, well, people just couldn't count to 12 because they don't speak Japanese and they don't read Japanese. I was like, the reason it was so hard in Japan was because you couldn't read. That was wrong. I'm looking into the camera. I apologize. Counting to 12, keeping track of 12 turns on 2 different targets is incredibly frustrating. I wish I still had it, but I wrote a piece of paper with A and B, and every time I would move, I would add a tally mark to whichever one, or to both of them, and then when one of them moved, I would erase all the tally marks and start over. And I still fucked up multiple times. It's hard to keep track of all that shit, like, for real.
Realize it, and on top of that, the fact that one of them will consistently delay themselves as part of the concentrating mechanic means you're never going to have their turns perfectly syncing up, and so you always have to track them separately. So you're tracking 2 different instances of counting to 12 at all times, which is it's bearable. It's doable. Plenty of people cleared the fight. It's just it proved to be a bigger challenge than I anticipated because it had become such a meme.
Yeah, it actually made me kind of nostalgic. So there's the only other mobile game I've ever played was called Brave Frontier. I don't know if people heard of it. It's pretty old at this point, I think. But there was this fight in that game, which was like the first really hard fight of the game, called Creator Maxwell, and it had basically a similar, you have to count actions or the boss is going to instantly get its turn and it's going to destroy you. So it just like having this in another hard fight brought me back to like my teenage years, which was really weird because I was never expecting DFFOO to do that because I don't have a huge history with the Final Fantasy franchise, but it was super funny.
Yeah, it was a pain.
We're all laughing on the inside.
Yeah. It's the mask and then the crying behind the smiling mask for sure.
Yeah, no, that's I get that feel. The other piece of this fight, which is actually, I think, the thing I think that makes this fight dangerous is that there are so many moving pieces that are all things you have to respect. It doesn't feel overwhelming. Like, it doesn't feel like, I know the complaint we use is, I think, the Unifight, where it felt like there was too much shit to deal with. There's not too much shit to deal with in this fight, but all the things you have to respect are important things, because there's the turn warping, you have to respect that. If you don't, it's going to mess you up. Mm-hmm. There's the orb, which if you don't respect it, it's going to mess you up. Like I said, for me, like a single AA would suddenly like turn out to be Spell My Doom, like 10 turns later. The turn count you have to respect. The other thing is they actually just straight up hit you real hard.
Oh, they murder you if you don't like. If you take a double toxify, most teams are like teams that are built to clear this fight. They're dead if you take 2 toxifies in a row. So another reason Beatrix's so good is that she has her Holy Knight Safeguard, but that looks like Raw's stream froze. That is unfortunate.
I said be cool. You're not. That's not cool. Okay, so yep, gonna totally die now. BlueStacks not responding. All right. Well,
BlueStacks has been so bad. I say it every stream, and it happens every week.
Looking for a game to capture. Well, I had one up and running, and then you fucking crashed. So, anyway, yeah, this fight was not. I would say not as tough as Kistis, or not quite as. What's the word I'm looking for? Restrictive? Not quite as restrictive as Quistis. But it was tough, man. Lufenia Plus is no joke. That's the.
Yeah, I mean, like, Vane's cycle we're kind of smack in the middle of like the most doomed era of Lufenia Plus, which is pretty funny to think about. That we're like these 3 fights were kind of what caused the ruckus over in the English-speaking side of JP community.
These 3 fights, Quistis, Vane.
I think it was more Vane, Cait Sith, Shulk, but I would put Kistis in that grouping too, since it like directly preceded them.
You want some fun violence? I was chatting in Dystopia earlier today. We were working through some stuff, and apparently, it turns out according to someone's French teacher, the proper pronunciation is actually Kistis. So we're all double wrong.
No.
Wow, Quistis and Kistis are wrong. This is an amazing revelation.
No, we're not going there.
Except it's going to turn out. I know World of Final Fantasy, they call it Quistis, so I'm just adding fuel to the fire.
Well, no, we're not going in the pronunciation route today. We already agreed with Kit Shi. We're not going down the pronunciation rabbit hole. But this is a lot of these fights were super doom posted, and I kind of see why, but I think that people underestimate the power of the global side of the game. We've got a lot of really, really great JP runners, Alphanod, BC, all the content creators who do all the great work on the JP side. Not QE.
Forgot one.
There's a lot, and Zoe. Right? Is that the one I forgot?
That is the one you forgot.
Yes, and Zoe, she's running JP and doing a great job. But there's a much bigger player pool, especially in this community, of people who do runs on the global version. So sometimes we do get a lot of fear and fear-mongering coming from the other side, and the global side just kind of jumps on it. It's like, hey, Excalibur. I mean, I don't know if these people also run global, but I mean also run JP. But then Excalibur, Scott Ong, all those people, Lisset, they all jump on it and they just smoke it, and it's like hey, wasn't that bad, in my opinion. Blark.
Sorry, Cross just sent me a very distracting video that harmed my
you got
ears.
it too? Yeah,
I did.
It's something.
Let me say, damn you, Cross. Damn you to heck.
Hijacking.
Could you repeat the question?
He was talking about the expectations and the doom posting and how you feel about going into this Vayne cycle.
So I'm tempering my view, I think, at this point, because going into it, I was kind of the gonna shout out to Black Cloud, Black Nero on YouTube, who is like I think he led the counter charge to try to counter some of the doom posting and bring some context and understanding. And I think it was very valuable for things like, for instance, the Bartson tier 5 thing. I think that was very important. Just kind of understanding what's necessary, the difference between necessary and possible and things like that. But I was very solidly in that camp of like, okay, we can handle this. This will be fine. This won't be a problem. And then there were actually a couple of late Lufenia fights that kicked my ass before we, again, I think the Unified is a good poster child for that, where I was like, ooh, this is actually harder than I expected. Maybe I should be just kind of tightening up a little bit. And then Pandemonium shows up, and it's like, that's not so bad. Basically, I don't want to give you the whole play-by-play, but the short version is I was like, okay, this is fine. I'm dealing with this. And then the Vayne fight really ended up actually messing with me pretty bad because I took it for granted because I thought to myself, okay, I understand the bits and pieces of this fight. I understand the important bits because they've been doom posted. And it turns out the doom posting, the problem with it is it is amplified certain things so you are ready for them, but it overlooked the other parts of the fight that could pose a problem. And so same with the Keistis fight. Jesus, oh god, we're dead.
Why are we?
God damn it, Blart!
Damn it
all! Because I was like, okay, I know I don't need XYZ thing to deal with the problem here. I'll handle it. And then the other stuff caught me off guard. Other pieces of it caught me off guard, and I'm now kind of getting back in. I feel like I'm kind of starting to acclimate, and I'm hitting this right rhythm of like, okay, I understand the difficulty now, and I feel comfortable tackling it. I feel like I'm respecting it now, and I'm stopped. I'm no longer kind of assuming that I'm just gonna breeze through it.
Yeah,
it definitely caught me off guard.
It's good to have a respect of the new difficulty. Basically, we kind of got spoiled at the end of Lufenia. Other than the Unifight, which was fucking miserable. There are a lot of fights that you could just shit stomp. You could bring anybody you wanted and just shit stomp them. And so it's good to have a healthy respect of this new difficulty. And we'll talk about the new difficulty and in Zoe's JP Hour, a new segment that we're working on. But
hopefully not an hour. That would be a lot.
JP Report. I'm sorry. But it's always good to have a healthy respect of the upcoming difficulty jumps without doom posting and feeling like, oh my god, the game's over. Oh my god, this is just so much. It's too hard. It feels like a lot of people who doom post and do all this shit, they haven't been here for the other ones. Every single time that this happens, there's a new update, new weapon tier, new difficulty level. It's a panic. Everybody's panicking. It's happened before though. Cosmos to Chaos to Lufenia, EX to EX Realization, LDBTs. It happens, and so it's understandable. Some people are going to have some anxiety about it, but unsubscribe from your local Doom poster. That's the last thing I'm going to say about it, and then just throw it to Zoe. Unsubscribe from your local Doom poster. Zoe?
Yeah, the expectations for this fight kind of threw me out of whack because I've seen a lot of Vayne clears, and I was expecting things to be worse for Vayne in these two fights, just purely based on happenstance and just little rumors and gossip I'd heard from whatever channels and stuff. Even though I knew there was a counter to the Doom posting, sometimes what happens is the counter to the Doom posting kind of overcorrects into the other direction, and then you wonder, like, okay, you just have to see for yourself. And I think there's like a fine line between trying to show what is possible and that it's not completely batshit insane and the game's obviously not going to die, but I always just encourage people to wait and see things for themselves, because this gets into what we're talking about later, but there are people already worried about the Powerstone situation in the Japanese side of the game right now, which is pretty ridiculous because it won't be appearing for 8 months, these force weapons, and it's just kind of this, like Ross said, the same pattern over and over and over again. We gotta break the cycle, like we're Jack Garland over here, and just enjoy the game in the moment, honestly.
Good reference, I gotta say.
Honestly, that game doesn't look terrible. If I had something to play it on, I would maybe get it. It looks like super campy, but I'm about camp. I can deal with some camp.
There's nothing wrong with camp if it's done respectfully to the art of camp. I grew up on the Adam West Batman series, and that's where that for me is the gold standard for what you should be aspiring to when you're creating any sort of content.
Wait a second, you grew up on the Adam West Batman series, like while it was coming out live? How old are you really, Blart? Whoa! Wait a second.
You're my man. You never heard of TV Land, have you?
Okay, yeah, okay. So you said you grew up on it. I didn't know if you meant live, like you were waiting on Sunday afternoon by your, TV with the dial for Adam West Batman to come on.
The bunny ears antenna.
Yeah, because that would really have aged you a lot. I think that was like I'm not even gonna say 60s. Is that right?
I will say this. I didn't say that I didn't grow up on them live just now. So I'm just going to leave that out there. Have fun with that.
The mystery continues.
The mystery continues. It's an enigma, wrapped in a riddle, wrapped in a puzzle box, wrapped in a bunch of tinfoil so that it doesn't go bad.
Speaking of Batman, though, I got to go off topic real quick. Robert Pattinson looks dope. Looks dope as Batman. I'm excited for that movie. He looks sick.
Is it sacrilegious that I don't really like Batman and I don't get the hype?
Yes.
I'm going to mute Zoe real quick.
Okay. I speak nothing but the truth.
Batman is the best superhero. He has no
disclaimer,
powers.
I dislike most superheroes, so Batman is just one of many popular characters whom I don't really like.
I mean, this is on brand for the hipsterism, is what I will say.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm excited for that movie. That Rafflesia fight kind of sucked, but in my opinion, it was nothing compared to this fight that we're about to tackle.
I don't know what you're talking about. I had I blued my Agrius and I sailed through it like butter, like a knife through butter. Is that the idiom?
Let's go there right now. Blue Agrius havers in the chat. Let me get some fucking hype for Blue Agrius users. I know Goose. Check out Goose on YouTube. He's a Bl'Agrius fan. All three of the Lifestream hosts are Bl'Agrius fans. And to prove my point,
Dystopia Bard.
Boom, Dystopia Bard, Bl'Agrius. Guess what? Y'all were laughing. Y'all were laughing at us.
Who was laughing? Agrius has been so good.
Who's laughing now? Blue Agrius. Who's laughing now?
You're making up a hypothetical straw man to make fun of right now. Everybody knows Agrius is good.
I create enemies.
I actually know someone I could throw under the bus here, but I'm not going to because we're not that kind of stream.
Do it.
Wow.
We are.
You can't
do it. You
should have said nothing at all. You should have said nothing.
No, I won't. I will not.
The thing is that they're not.
Show.
They, as far as I'm aware, they're not a content creator, and so I don't want to just go roasting someone who isn't actually already a public figure.
That's valid.
Say their name in the Discord, and if I'll decide whether they should be roasted or not.
We're not going to do that. You're gonna tell in my DMs privately after the show, and you're not going to tell Raw because Raw's 100% going to leak it, no matter who the name is.
Who was it?
I will not name names.
Put them on blast. That's what we do here. Big drama.
That's not what we do here.
All I will say is
drama, baby.
They're a friend and listener of the show who is not currently in chat, as far as I'm aware. We're not going to spend all night trying to solve this puzzle, though.
This would take us hours.
Is this going to work? These guys suck They have 2 ads.
Where's your DPS? What do you?
Oh,
this
shit, I
seems like
fucked
an
this
odd
up.
team.
Yeah, that is an odd team. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Hold on. I was gonna do this. Thank you, thank you, Zoe. I
wanted to catch you before you embarrassed
Thank
yourself.
you. Thank you. I was not gonna
There
make
you
it.
go.
That
looks much better.
That was the plan, but I wasn't paying attention.
It's okay. C90 Porum is the DPS. Her follow-up is like a triple dump now.
Reality and Dystopia give him shit. I don't know who that is, so I'm not gonna do that. Give him shit right now. Fuck
I know Reality, but he just memes because he likes annoying Bard, which is fair. I like annoying
honestly,
Bard too.
I was actually referring to Reality. I was.
Yeah.
Hey, we found it. Nice job, Bard.
Drama. Fuck
I
you,
was gonna say Bard knew the guy, but I was like, that might be too easy. So.
That was pretty obvious. Okay.
But yeah, no. Shout out to Reality Theorist. We're just messing with you, buddy.
Yeah, we're just kidding. We love you, man. I know who that is. I didn't know Reality in that chat was Reality Theorist. Okay. Daniel, shout out Daniel. I'm gonna use him. This team can do it, right? You got
Absolutely.
You got a green BT. Let's do this, folks. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
So wait, have you gotten your clear yet, or is this the?
No.
Oh wow!
No,
we're just jumping into it.
I told you guys I was so busy this weekend. I really had a lot of shit going on, and Wake Forest went 8-0, so it was worth it. But I did not really have time. I normally don't. Oh shit! What the fuck? I normally don't have time to really.
That was a shitty turn order.
Yeah, it was not.
Wow,
great.
that was bad RNG. You should go to GL feedback in main court and complain about this.
That needs to be fixed. That's a bug in my game. But anyway, I don't normally research the fights until like right when they come out and just look at, especially Excalibur. Shout out Excalibur. He does a great little graphic that shows the thresholds point by point. Normally, that's the research that I do for fights.
Rock, can I just shout out one other thing real quick?
Yes,
Destroth has been uploading to Reddit and the TCC server of common team compositions for each Lufenia Plus and little tips about how to run them. So I think it's a really nice companion piece that's similar in style to Excal's infographics about the thresholds, but they're more character focused. So they're like really nice together, and just Destroth's been doing a fantastic job with them. So I wanted to shout him out for this one.
Yes,
shout
out Destroth.
Those ones are great.
Shout out Excalibur, shout out Destroth. That's all the research I normally do, but I didn't get to do any for this, and apparently it's a miserable fight. Zoe, Blart, you've been talking. Zoe, what's going on? What happens to this fight? Like, why is this?
This fight is quite difficult, depending on how you. Actually, any way you tackle it, this fight is quite difficult. Even with Agris, I would not call this like a free fight at all. Basically, we have the Ico Ghosts. I think they're from the Ico event.
Correct.
And they are always sending the main boss into the the ghost fire form, which means you can't touch it except with a certain void damage, maybe from our friend. I don't know how practical that is, but I have seen it done. I'm sure Tree Void in the chat can help us too, but
Gabby.
Anyway, so there is a lot of things to do in this fight. At the beginning, it's kind of a rush to focus these mini ghosts down. So a strong single DPS character, Tifa, Vaughn, Reigns, Shantoto. I think there's been a St. Clair. I'm going to try it if there hasn't been. So you kind of have to burn them down really fast. And then you're also going to want to apply a debuff sap, either from Gabranth, Ferris, stuff like that. Or you can have a character like Cloud of Darkness who has an aura sap in their kit, because the orb here is +8 on sap and +1 on break. So it's a very tight orb, especially for a fight where you need to stun the boss pretty much every time it acts. And we have a question from Cross. I'm going to finish explaining the basics of the fight, and then we will get to that. So basically, what you're trying to do is either completely stunlock the boss, because if you don't, the boss will resummon the adds, which have 1.8 million HP each, which is a fuck ton of stuff to get through, especially when you're not doing splash damage to the main dude. And it also is going to be a race against the orb and a race. No, the turn count's actually fine here, because for some reason they built this fight like nobody was going to stunlock it, and they were actually going to chew through the ghost HP, which is weird. But basically, it's a lot of mechanics to juggle, and it's a very linear fight. There's not too many interesting things to do. You can do a threshold skip if you're using Sid Reigns, but that's a pretty specific character, and Reigns is broken, so that's like more of the exception to the rule. Most teams are going to have to find their way through some stun characters like Ashe and Toto. Who else is good for this? Obviously Agrias. Agrias is the MVP for this fight. I think
I saw a clear with Camlanot.
There's 2 clears with Camlanot I've seen. One of them had Ashe as well, but one of them was just Cam. Yeah, and there's a couple Cloud runs.
My guy Ganro on YouTube, he used Camlanot, and I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was Ace, Cam, and Cait, right?
Yes, that was the team.
That's a good run. That's some nice Brave games up there.
I always love watching Ganro's runs on YouTube. He's I think he's an underrated fella in the community.
Definitely, 100%. But basically, the reason this fight is so tricky is because there's a really hard race at the beginning because you can't let the boss take too many turns for most teams, or else it's just going to kill you because you can't shave it down, and it's just going to keep getting brave.
It's funny you should mention that because I think we're about to see that happen here, possibly.
Are we? I've been looking at. Oh, hey, Ganro, you're in chat. I didn't even realize. Welcome.
Oh, hey, we were just talking about you. Welcome.
Yeah, everyone go subscribe to Ganro on YouTube. I've been campaigning for this for months, so you guys go look up Ganro on YouTube and subscribe. He's great, and he has way fewer subscribers than he deserves.
Yeah, that's
Ganro came
true.
to change the vibe.
Dude,
because
I was talking about that literally right when it happened. The all attack happened. So as Raw just demonstrated, if you don't kill the mini ghosts fast enough, then the main boss is going to take enough turns that it's going to build up enough brave, and it's just going to destroy you. So the only way to get around that, I believe, is something like a Ferris call, which is going to set its brave to 0 after the end of all its turns. So Ferris LDCA is good to get around that, but the other way is just to kill the ghosts faster. It's easier that way.
Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah, I actually, in my first run, actually both of the runs I've posted so far, or have done so far, I went pretty hard just to get rid of these ghosts, because the fight becomes a lot simpler once they're gone. Because you're no longer on really a timer, per se, beyond the normal orbs stuff. So, like, for instance, I don't know why you didn't hit the LD button just then with Tifa.
Are you attacking me right now?
No, I'm suggesting that there might have been a
I'm fighting for my fucking life out here, Bl'Art. Okay?
That's what most people are doing, to be fair, especially in this fight.
This is Lufenia Plus, okay? Did you not hear about the Doomposting?
That's why I'm saying you got to get that HP damage up on your deeps so they can dole out the harshness.
Okay, here we go.
Anyway, yeah, Cross, you had a big old question that we needed to dig into a second ago.
Yes, I was supposed to read that. The crux. I hate you. So, okay, Cross is saying, very interesting question comes to Lufenia and Reigns fight, because we all know both these fights are absolutely terrible. Which fight do you think is the worst out of the two? Okay, that is interesting. So we have Reigns versus the Cait Sith Mission Dungeon. So, Raw, what's your take first?
I want to bring a third option to the table, which is Quistis fight. I will argue to my death. I will die on this hill. Quistis fight is worse. You had to have Quistis or Cloud of Darkness. You didn't answer the question. Between these two, I haven't even beat this one yet. This is literally like my third attempt at it ever. So
okay, finish the Quistis thing then.
Quistis fight was worse. Quistis fight, every clear you saw except for probably less than 10. Excuse me. Had Quistis, Cloud of Darkness, or Quistis Cloud of Darkness friend. Period, point blank. Yes, I know there were some runs that did not use Quistis friend, did not use Cloud of Dark, whatever. That fight wasn't as hard, per se, especially because you could bring a Quistis with 35 CP, whatever. I did that for my Zidane Saga. But for me, that was the worst fight so far. It's horrible game design to basically put your community into a box where if you don't have either of these two characters, you better hope somebody on your friend list does, because otherwise you're just not going to do it. So I can't answer this question because I haven't beat this yet, This does seem horrible, but
why did I throw to you first? Okay, I'm gonna answer the question then, because I do actually have an answer. So I think there are pretty similar fights in that there's kind of a core group of characters that are the way around the main mechanic, which is either stunning it or through the big launches that the Reigns fight needed. So, like, for example, the Reigns fight, you have... Who was the list? It was like Reigns, Lael, Sync, Tifa, and Zidane. Those were pretty much all the viable launchers for that fight, which is not a lot of characters. And a lot of those were synergy. So if you're thinking no synergy, it's even worse. And then for this fight, you have all the stun characters who not a single one is even on a banner right now. So that's a problem, I think. And apparently in JP, Ash was on the Zac banner in JP, and she wasn't even... I think that banner was supposed to be gone by the time this fight came out. So I'm actually going to say I think the Reigns fight is a little bit harder than this fight, especially if you have Agrius. Then I think the Reigns fight was a little bit harder, but I'm going to say the Cait Sith fight was more annoying just because there were no available banners to super help you out. Like, Gabranth has a call, and Cait is a good damage booster for it, but Reigns in synergy does destroy his fight, and the same can't be said for this one. So I think that this one is overall a little bit more toxic. Bl'Art, what are your thoughts?
I think you hit upon a lot of where my thinking was at. Fundamentally, I think the fact that none of the appropriate characters for this fight, the paralyzed characters, are on banners right now, and that really is... I want to say it's kind of unforgivable, even though technically it's not the way the fight was designed to be beaten. It's still it's really shitty. I would say my experience with the Reigns fight is that I think the Reigns fight I found the Reigns fight less fun to deal with. I actually didn't bother running without Reigns, because when I tried to, and it was like this, this isn't going to happen. I don't have Lael, I don't have Porum, I'm not pulling for anything. I have Sync, and I'm not going to try to make Sync be the one to make this work.
She did good. She did good.
Nothing against Sync, just not my cup of tea.
Fair enough.
But I really just was like... So I didn't enjoy it as much, but I also think that the fact that you could actually pull synergy to beat it is a point in its favor. So I hate giving like a halfway answer here, but like... Because This is reminding me of the Quistis fight. Jesus.
Quistis!
Stop doing that!
It's Quistis! Just call her!
Please.
Call her by her name!
I think it's the same as that for me, where looking at this fight, and I had the right pieces, I had the Agrius for this fight, and I kind of coasted through it a little bit, which is skewing my perception, because I'm looking like this doesn't feel as bad as the Reigns fight was. The Reigns fight, even with Reigns, like was they kind of just... Okay, no, the Reigns fight really was kind of a joke with Reigns, wasn't it? Shit.
I think the Reigns fight was pretty simple with Reigns. I mean, like, obviously we did see people struggle with Reigns Mao, as was heavily documented in many places, so we don't have to need to go into that.
Yeah.
But fucking so really, dead.
Well, similar with the Quistis fight.
Fucking dead again.
We need to work on the team there.
I think we need to, like, coach you through this. The beginning part is the hardest part, to be fair.
Yeah, no, different team setup, you'll be golden there. I want to say the Reigns fight sucked more in my experience overall from a fight design perspective. I feel like the required characters were more required and less commonplace, but the fact that none of them are on banners right now for this fight is really kind of shitty.
It's like, I think that I don't think the Cait Sith fight is very fun to run, personally. I think it's a pretty linear fight in that you have two basic ways to play, which are stun/delay or phase skip. So that's not super creative. And
you know what? I think I'm just excited because Edward's finally usable in a fight.
Edward was quite a nice niche pick for this fight, so that is fun. But yeah, I don't know, just like that the characters on the banners can't help you carry through this fight, and that all the carry picks are like older characters like Agrius and Toto and Ash and all those people, it's rough for me.
So we're looking at the fight as veterans. We've all played this game for a long time. We all have a pretty built up roster. Imagine if you had just started the game not just started, because you shouldn't be expecting to finish in-game content, but imagine that you started at Agrius, or even if you started right before Agrius and you didn't pull Agrius and you've built up a roster, you're doing well. I have a legitimate question. How can you get through this fight if you do not have Agrius? I guess you can just brute force it with Sid Reigns, but Agrius, Gabranth, Ferris, right? Those are the main. For calls, Gabranth and Ferris.
Mm-hmm.
For a newer player, you just can't do this fight. Am I wrong?
I didn't use any of those characters, but I also did use older characters, which doesn't disprove your point, basically.
Right.
So I think that Cloud of Darkness is probably the most recent character that would be the closest thing to a carry pick for this fight. I think COD is incredible for this one, probably like a top 3 to 5 pick for this one. So that's kind of the closest you can get. Vayne is good, but I don't think a new player is gonna find Vayne the path of least resistance. So yeah, and that goes back to why I think this fight is a little more toxic than the Reigns fight, just because the banners aren't as easy to run it with. And that's kind of what you want to find the balance of having a challenging fight that the banners hopefully are going to help you out a lot.
Yeah, that lack of banner friendliness is really kind of torpedoes this fight in terms of defending it.
Yeah,
like you said, we're veterans. We have the tools we need. That's not the question. The question is kind of, I feel it always is better to talk from a newer player perspective, I guess, when kind of analyzing the fight from that in that way.
Since we've stepped up to Lufenia Plus, the fights, I feel like they should be commended for the designs of the fights. They've went a step further with orb checks and mechanics.
I've had a lot of fun with Lufenia Plus with 2 exceptions. Right. So overall, I'm very happy with how early Luf Plus is rolled out.
Yeah, they require planning and tactics, and that makes them fun and engaging. But the way that they almost require certain characters, it puts the players into a box and can almost ruin the experience of what they're trying to bring. Like these fights, they're kind of closing down your roster of who you can use, but also at the same time they're bringing in new kind of fun and interesting mechanics that make you pay more attention. So it's a mixed bag, honestly. Blart, what were you gonna say?
I will say as kind of a pseudo counterpoint, not a counterpoint, but
counterpoint. Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Well, I'm trying to think.
Come at me.
Why do you crave violence so much?
Because tell me, Blart.
It's because he's the fighter and I'm the, I guess I'm the bard because I use Edward, don't I? I don't know. I'm the D&D class, whatever.
I have a flute. I should be a bard too.
Shit. Okay, I guess we're all. Inkwalder's gonna have a conniption when he hears this.
Bard is one of the best 5e classes, so you can make a party of all bards.
There we go.
I don't want to get too into this. Nobody here wants to hear D&D takes. Okay, anyway, keep going.
I kind of this is a difficulty jump. Early Chaos, they were talking about how you needed Cloud or you needed Ultimisi or you needed XYZ character to get through the early stuff. It's not the first time this has happened. Some difficulty jumps, they've handled it in a way where we have the tools we need beforehand to do really well on it. I think, early Lufenia when it came out, I think we had a lot of tools that we were able to work with, Arden, Noctis, Lightning, things like that. Cosmos, we all knew about Vayne and Kuja and Golbez and Renoa and all that junk. But there's precedent for a difficulty jump. Right now with we had the Chaos, and now we have Lufenia Plus here, where there are requirements where you need to, with the jump up, you need to have certain tools in your toolbox. This is kind of a weird one because this isn't the first fight where disabling is a requirement to have. Camelot Lost Chapter and event, you need paralysis there.
Couldn't you lightning through the Camel Sea, if I remember correctly?
I mean, you can range through this fight.
It's similar.
So I mean, in terms of new players, average players, if you're playing endgame content at the highest difficulty, it's going to be a roster check, and there are going to be cases where it's screw you, you don't have the right pieces, you're not going to be able to clear this. And I think it's awkward in this case that the pieces that make it Path of Least Resistance are not on banners, but then I look and was Yuffie on a banner when Doulahan came? Well, no, you didn't need a Yuffie. No, I take that back.
That was a free unit.
Yeah, free unit. Bad example, but I'm sure there are other examples. Think of the number of fights where Trey has been an MVP and he hasn't been on a banner.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Trey shows up and he every month there will be a fight where it's oh, I'm so glad I have Trey.
I retroactively am putting Trey LD as a must pull 6 months after he came out. So
dude, I was hyping Trey as the best character that month. I was all aboard.
Yeah, but I think complaining about it being a roster check at endgame content is, I think, on its own not a sufficiently compelling argument. If the roster check is super specific, I felt like the Reigns fight was worse because there are a number of poweralizers. You can even bring a team. You can get through this with a team whose calls consist of Kryl, Edward, and Toto, and that can be your disables. And with the right team setup, that can get you through it. Mm-hmm. Whereas and those are not especially niche. Okay, Toto. Those aren't super duper niche characters that no one has necessarily. No.
Wow, Toto has proven her worth here. She was fantastic here.
I pulled for Toto on release though. I'm about to go off. Y'all ready? Y'all gonna want to clip this? Let me explain something.
Let me just
finish Bl'Art.
So that's why I'm kind of coming back around this. It does suck that the pieces aren't here, but I think saying a fight sucks just because it's asking for pieces isn't compelling enough, because every endgame fight is going to be asking for roster pieces. Every fight's going to be a roster check. And I don't think Paralyze on its own is necessarily a sufficiently crazy roster check to have.
Right.
I will say it's a little bit of a step up from requiring Paralyze. You need a lot of consistent stunning for this fight, or you need to bring delays, which is its own problem because it's a sap orb. So it's running Edward, for example, you have to run some pretty strong DPS with him, I imagine, to get your sleeps off and stuff.
What the fuck? What the fuck has happened? God Almighty!
Did you get mass broken? No, I wasn't watching.
Fucking damn it! Anyway, this is not gonna go well with my.
You're just malding every 5 minutes. I love it.
It's not gonna go with my rant. But here's the thing: that my rant, I've been building this up in my head for 5 minutes, and that's a long time for me.
Go for it.
End game content. Okay, I understand this is a mobile game. I understand everybody wants to beat everything all the time. Guess the fuck what? In other games, other live games where they, what's it called? Where they every week or every month live service
games.
Yeah. They are not afraid to come out with something that is just really, really, really hard to beat. And I think that as a community, DFFOO fans, DFFOO Discords, everyone has gotten to a point where if it's not, it doesn't have to be easy, but if anyone who's played the game for a while can't do it, it's unacceptable. Fuck that. Honestly, fuck that. The game should be hard. So I don't have the in-game content, Lufenia Plus, should be hard. I don't have a problem with the in-game content being hard. I keep failing on this. That's fun. That's fine. But I think that the specific checks that they require, I wish they could find a way to open up the fights to more roster options while still keeping it hard. It should be hard as fuck, okay? It's the hardest content. Right now, Lufenia Plus, level 250, is the hardest content you can do in this game.
Sorry, keep going.
No, go ahead. I just don't think everyone should be able to do it, and it should be a problem of game design if you can't do it. I don't think the difficulty is the issue that I have with Lufenia Plus so far. I think it's the roster isolation of these are the people who really need to do it. I wish they could find a balance where a fight is really fucking hard, no matter who you bring, based on, I don't know if it's what the enemy does or what, but instead it almost seems like the devs are like, okay, well, how do we make this hard? What if we just make it so only 2 people can check the orb? What if we make it so only 2 people can check the mechanic? I'm sorry, that's not hard, that's exclusive. So
the thing that comes back to, though, is that's how they sell characters, is by making, like, the more restrictive a fight is, the harder they're going to sell that. Like, you saw how many people fucking went for Reigns, and even Cait Sith had a ton of pullers, and Cait Sith is, like, probably on the lower end of the power level of her month, but because of her fight, I think she got, like, an artificial boost to the amount of people who pulled her. So that's kind of where you come into these, like, issues where you want the fights to be challenging, but also not quite the level of restriction some of these have. I think some of these fights have done that nicely. I think that, like some girl is saying, T5 middle was a good one. Yes. I enjoyed Guile C. I think it was a bit of a rough awakening with how bulky they were, but there were a good number of options, and I think it was a fun challenge for the first time being thrown just a stat wall and trying to get past that. It's fun to, like, try and max the power of your team building. Like, if you're trying to do brave damage in that fight, it's very difficult, and you can feel good once you start doing consistent brave damage there. Yeah. And those are just some of the examples that worked, I think. And, like, I think this Ico fight, even though it's difficult, I don't think it's a very engaging difficulty, because you're just kind of stunning and then wailing on the boss, and it's just asking you to, like, there's some turn order shenanigans in the beginning of the fight that can be tricky, and I don't think it was particularly well thought out, and that it's just not super fun to try and be creative for this fight, in my opinion, because even if the teams are different, they all play kind of the same way unless you're threshold skipping, like with the double range stuff. But I agree with you that it would be nice if they can find that balance, and I think they have in a decent number of these Lufenia Plus fights. So I'm like pretty positive on it overall. And the other thing is that I think some people just play this game because it's a nostalgia game, right? Like, that doesn't appeal to me personally, but this is a fan service thing for a lot of people. So I can kind of get that some people don't want a mobile game to be super challenging for them, and it's more of just like a collector time casual thing. But then you just have to kind of like ask them to lower their expectations, I think, because if you're not going to dedicate yourself to learning the mechanics and stuff, then it kind of lowers your validity of complaining for the difficulty. Yeah, you don't have to paralyze the bosses, Elminister. It's just that the question comes back to going the route where you let them have the ghost revives and stuff is not super fun, again, because you have to walk through probably, what, 3 minutes? If you're not bringing any stuns, that's 3 minimum warp phases, so that's an extra 10 million HP, and then when you can finish this fight in 30 to 40 turns with the stun route, that's going to be like the path most people take. So it's just not a... That's why they designed the turn count. I imagine it was because they wanted you to bring Gabrant so that you could sap while the boss is getting turns, and then Cait Sith for damage boosting. But you can see how many players took that route, which is almost none. So I don't think that really worked, in my opinion.
I fucked up again already.
How did you fuck up? Do we have to, like, should we start paying more attention to the gameplay?
No, we're having a good conversation about difficulty and what it means for a game like this to be difficult. And the last thing I want to say about it, and then I want to throw it to Bl'Art, because I know he's got a lot to say about difficulty and how it relates to the average player. But
yeah, I rambled there. Sorry.
No, I did too. Because this is a good point. Is difficulty and as it relates to different levels of player, but back in the day, they used to find they found a really good balance, which was resistances. Well, now we can smash through resistances. It doesn't matter. You bring a enchanter, an imperiler, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. Think about when was the last time that fights are really like physical resist, magic resist, range resist, whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. You just smash through it. That for me was a fun era where, instead of closing down and restricting it to the point where you have to bring this 1, 2, or 3 units, they would do a whole weapon type or a whole damage type, and it really helped build team building. That's the thing about this game that for me is the most fun. Team building. And I think they're really close to getting to like a fun, hard difficulty with this. Maybe it's a little bit too restrictive, but Bl'Art, you're about to talk. What do you think about the difficulty? I'm
actually glad you mentioned that, because you're right that these days kind of resistances are pretty much non-existent. Right. We had relatively recently, within, we're a few months out of the the holy and dark absorb kind of, and I guess lightning absorb things that we experienced earlier in the year to kind of control and nerf certain characters. But the thing is, I kind of view the orb as sort of the Lufenia orb is almost the next level of that, because what resistances were supposed to do is they were telling you what kind of characters you need to bring to the fight to satisfy the conditions of the fight. And the orb does that kind of same idea, and what you're looking for really is what you were saying earlier. Was kind of restrictions that you have to work within to kind of create a framework so that you're not just grabbing 3 characters from your toy box and throwing them onto the field. You have to actually think, okay, we need to, for this fight, we need some HP mitigation because they have big, scary all attacks. We need a disabler to minimize the number of summons they get. We need a strong single target damage dealer. You get the idea.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that design space because this roster is huge, and at the end of the day, so talked about this. I think in my Kadaj video months ago. One of the most valuable pieces of this game for me is the diversity of experience it creates, because at the end of the day, if you want to just run Tifa or Cloud or whoever your favorite character is through every fight forever, that's your prerogative.
Yeah.
But if your team is just, okay, I'm going to Tifa, Cloud, Aerith every fight in DFFOO, and that's it, I feel like the game is going to get pretty samey to you if you're able to do that.
Yeah, and I also don't think that's kind of the optimal way to play this game. I think that building for the content is much easier than building in a vacuum. So if you're struggling and you're just trying to build okay, I've got my damage dealer, my support, my utility, and let's go in, then I would advise you to try and just
actually kind of to the point I was making here. So we're taking that as the baseline of, okay, it would suck if you played the same team every time forever. I think it's very good and valuable that this game does do things. For each fight, it asks you to do specific different things. For the Rain's fight, it asks you to bring crazy launch. For the the Guy fight, it asks you to bring crazy damage. For this fight, it's asking you to bring disable or this, that, the other thing. And I'm naming fights that are honestly kind of unfun and sloggy, but each of those things is prompting you to experience the game in a different way, potentially. If the thing is, at this point, we're all veterans. We've played the game enough that we've experienced a bunch of different fights. But for a relatively newer player who is still kind of used to only playing the game a certain way, I think it's actually a very valuable experience to kind of get out of your box and experience different things, because that'll make you, you'll find new favorites, you'll find new favorite characters to play, you'll find new in play styles you enjoy, new teams to try. And so I actually think it's a very healthy and good thing for there to be fights that ask you to do things. I think it's good for the health of the game, and not just to sell characters, although that's a side benefit. Really, I guess the question just becomes, in terms of execution, they can't pull it off every time. And I think CSDX said in chat, they pump out 2 fights a week, they can't all be winners.
Right.
Definitely.
So we have to take that into context when we're analyzing these fights and saying whether or not they're, whether they're good or not. In this case, really my big issue with the fight is that the things that you would want for this fight aren't available. That kind of sucks for a newer player who, in order to experience those things, it's just going to feel like a slog. But oof, that was rough to watch.
Raw, you have to burst with Bart's. I'm begging you, please.
All right, we'll do a run where everyone's paying attention. This is just such good conversation, and I everything somebody says brings up something else that I want to say. And basically, listen to me.
All I hear is excuses.
Rude.
So yeah, fuck you, Zoe. What the hell? Just kidding. But when we're talking about this game and whether a fight's balanced, whether a fight's not balanced, it's easy to lose sight of the fact that it is a mobile game. It's a gacha game. We complain a lot, not nearly as much as the Doom posters complain. I fucking love this game. I grew up on Final Fantasy. I love this game. It's fun. We all, do content for this game, talk in Discord about this game. We take this game a lot more seriously than a lot of the casual people take it. So the fights being perfectly balanced is probably never going to happen. Like CSDX said, they pump out multiple fights a week. And they have to keep on the schedule to make money. This game is a live service game. They're trying to make money. So don't get it twisted when we evaluate fights and say, I wish it was less restrictive. I wish it was more restrictive. Whatever. The point being is that it's a live service game, and it's tough for them to find that balance to where they can make money, and the people like us who are fucking on a Monday night at 9:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time are deep diving into the mechanics of the game to have a good time. They have to make money. So I understand that every fight's not going to be perfect, but it's a money-making scheme in the first place. That's what it has to be, or else the game's not going to survive. And I think everyone here in chat and everyone on the stream loves this game. We want it to survive. So we have to kind of give a little bit when it comes to some of the fights, but we care about the game. We want it to do well, and that's what we're saying. You know what I mean?
No, that's well said. There's without being overly kind of coddling, we criticize the fights because we want to see the game be its best, in its best form, and we also at the same time need to practice that understanding of, okay, it is a business. The game needs to do well in order to survive, and we want it to survive, and we want it to do well. We just don't want it. We want it to be as good as it can be while being as non-predatory as it can be, while still being very profitable and stuff. I thought that was very well. I thought that was very well.
That is a fucking.
It's okay. Nothing else.
Yo, that's a tightrope right there. But you're exactly right. That's that phrase. That's
the desire. That's why we criticize.
That's perfect. That's exactly the perfect state of the game, and it's a hell of a fucking tightrope for them to walk. That's perfectly said, Bart. That's what we want, and that's what they want too, probably. But that's a hell of a tightrope, man.
Yep. Speaking of tightropes, we got to walk this one and get you through this fight, buddy.
Yeah, I don't think I can do it. I don't. I'm suffering right now. We'll focus more on this fight now. We've been talking generally.
Yeah.
But this fight we gotta get through here.
I guess I can do like the JP stuff while we like more casually, especially since I'm a more casual JP player. Like GL is obviously going to be like the thing I spend more time on. So, all right. First, let's get you through these mini ads. Then we'll get into force weapons and stuff.
We need like a special musical segue for when like for Zoe's JP saying like dun 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 dun. Some kind of like it's JP time with Zoe.
We already got Bart to do one thing. I mean, if we pay him like $20, we can get
we could get a Zoe's special JP corner,
Jingle.
and she starts talking about JP, and I'm sure Bard would
get a little
do that.
Timer when it's up.
Yeah, I'm sure he would do that.
Goose, all the.
That's our resident weeb.
Ooh,
Goose.
Competition.
Goose, who actually wrote a theme song for me that I still sing to this day
theme song?
in my own head. Maddie Fresh.
It's more of a dish.
Maddie Fresh with the follow. We appreciate that, Maddie Fresh. Welcome to the live stream.
Thanks, Maddie.
Every
What's
Monday.
up, dude?
We do this every Monday. But yeah, Goose, if you could come up with a JP jingle, we would love it. Zoe has recently hopped back into the JP train, and she's having a great time.
It's true.
Joey, tell us.
Yeah, I'm having fun actually. No, first we're killing these mini ghosts first. That's
Okay.
the only priority right now.
Well,
okay.
I've got horrible news for everybody. I have to pee worse than I've ever had to pee in my life. So
Jesus
I'm gonna
Christ.
step away and
Truly.
Oh my
thank
goodness
you, Cosmic
gracious.
2 for the
No
5 subs.
fucking
Once
way.
Again,
Cosmic Poo, you guy.
Cosmic 5 sub. We should just call
Dude.
it like the Cosmic Pack or something.
holy
'cause
shit.
Every time.
Cosmic Poo, thank you so much for the 5 more subs. That's 10 tonight, and I don't even want to admit how many it's been throughout the course of this live stream, and
The original Raw Life
and-
FIFA games. Thanks,
and-
Maddie. You too
oh,
as well.
Maddie with the sub. Thank you so
Maddie.
much, Maddie. Good to see new faces.
Okay, anyway,
we appreciate that.
go-
Hey, Cosmic, thank you
go-
so much, man. We really appreciate
Go
it.
to the bathroom. I'll
Yes.
start
Yeah,
the JP stuff, and then we'll do your Cait Sith adventure. Okay, he's leaving. So, Blart, we have a new weapon tier.
We do. And trusted JP source type Zoe, please give us the
I
lowdown.
am
What is the deal?
Most trusted source. You will not find anyone more informed than me. I have beaten everything in the game. No, that's not true. I started playing like last week, something like that, a week and a half ago maybe. So I am a baby JP account, and I am experiencing my first era change. So I started this game on the global side in the middle Lufenia era. So I didn't really get to see kind of these transition periods that a lot of players have seen, like from Cosmos to Chaos, and I guess the 35 to EX would have been one. Were you around for that, Blart?
Thinking back, I showed up. No, I was around for the transition to Cosmos. So yeah, I was never around for a new weapon type. EX weapons were a thing when I showed up, and then I showed up. I came back after LDs were a thing.
Okay, so you were kind of there, I guess, but anyway, so basically we got our new gimmick. They are the force weapons, which in like the most simple way, they're combination attacks. So there's going to be two characters in the animations. So Kane, our first fourth character, who he also got a burst. We'll get into that later, but he is going to have Aranea inside his animation. So they kind of do a little dance, and then they both jump in the air, and then Aranea does her twirl thing, Kane does his jump. It's a really cool animation. They got like blue and red, I think Materia and Spiritus. I think that's what the auras are for, so that's a nice little flavor touch right there. But basically, what these force abilities do is that having a force weapon gives you access to a gauge on the top of your screen. And this gauge is something you fill up by bringing characters with force levels. There's a lot of new mechanics, and they all have the word force in them, and I can't read Japanese, so there's a bit of translation, like loose translations going on here, so bear with me. And basically, you can spend enhancement character board points, like we do with LD boards and stuff, to give characters boost to their skills that let them boost the meter on top of the screen faster. And once you reach, I believe it's 80% on the force meter, you can go into something called force time by clicking the force ability, which are the combo attacks. And in force time, if you meet a character's conditions, which are unique to each character, so Kane with his force ability, you want to be doing ranged brave damage as well as launching, I think, for hitting his force time. That gives you increasing multiplied HP damage bonuses. So I think the highest I've seen it stack is 180 or 90%. I actually haven't seen many runs of the fight because I'm trying to experience it semi-blind myself. I kind of enjoying playing the game without any foresight and stuff like that. But basically, you can put out some crazy damage numbers. I've seen multiple burst phases that have hit the 9999999 cap of 99 million damage. So the damage you do in the burst phase does not even... It breaks the display, which is really funny. They're going to have to put an extra digit at the end so we can get 100 millions. Yeah, so you don't even need the snow trick either. It's really just like pure force time bonus is crazy. And anyway, so basically the gimmick behind force time is it's going to be asking you to build around characters and trying to hit their force time. So Kane's, for example, on the banners that he released with, he comes with Prompto and Kais, who get their boards, and they can kind of hit the condition for Kane. So the weapon is like super overkill right now, as like most weapons are compared. Like you have to, if you're thinking about like global side right now, if you're comparing Burst Plus to how much easier they make the Lufenia Plus, the force weapons are similar to the Shinryu difficulty, which is the level 300 content. So definitely not needed right now. There's already an LD only clear of the Shinryu fight, which is Realm, Garnet, and Edge LD, I believe. So that's a really cool run, but it shows that you don't need them. But as the era moves on, the fights will probably get more HP, tankier, whatever, stuff like that. And those are really the main gimmicks. It's just, I think it's a very fun idea, and I love that they're leaning into the crossover nature with the force weapons and having the combo attacks. Question for the co-host, since they don't play JP, what are some combo attacks you're potentially looking forward to?
Well, it's interesting because this first one, like you said, it's Kane and Aranea, and so like all the initial combos that come to your head are, the from within the game. You think like Kryl and Galuf, or like Titus.
I will say that Kryl and Realm are confirmed to be the next combo, so both granddaughters, they do have a similar thing going on. And it remains to be seen whether the pattern is going to be like characters who are super similar to each other, or if they're going to get like more random ones, like I don't know,
I really
Gao
want Cloud
and
Lightning because people say they're the same character.
That would be very fun. I kind of wanted Lightning and Noctis because of the NT cutscene where they where Noctis throws lightning sword to her and stuff, and it's just really cool.
Oh shit! You just reminded me that Bart's and Cloud is my favorite ship ever. Jesus,
dude,
okay.
I ship Bart's and Cloud. Oh no!
Christ,
okay, we cannot talk about this, but okay, after the stream.
Yeah, no, it's very important and very good, is what we're gonna say.
Yes.
I want to see Noctis join with Furion. I forget who in the Discord was talking about this, but you know,
because of the weapon master.
Yeah, they
stuff.
both pull open weapons out of nowhere. Like, how sick would it be if Noctis would manifest a weapon out of nowhere, and then Furion would use it, and then Furion would manifest a weapon, and Noctis would use it. I don't know. I think that would be awesome. That would be a good
Zidane and Ferris, Indo, Blue Daggers, amazing.
Yes, Zidane and Ferris, please. I would love that.
That'd be super funny. One I wanted is Ursula Presh. Ursula hasn't released yet. She's she's Yang's daughter. She wears a Chi Pao, and she's very punchy. And I just think having two tiny girls punching the shit out of somebody would be super funny.
You know what I would find actually incredible? I know they're not going to do this, but I would find it funny if some of the combos are something like, for Terra's Force Weapon, Yang shows up, or for Rain's Force Weapon, Aphmau shows up.
Yeah, they lead into the memes or the broken stuff. That would be super funny. What other broken combos have there? I guess Tidus and Aiko from the Litico days or something like that.
Yeah, Lightning, Tidus, and Aiko were big in the old days, and Cait Sith and Selfie.
Yeah,
that was a weird one. That was a weird combo, but they did it. There is a lot of drama behind that, though. I don't know. I was stepped away for a moment. But there's a lot of drama surrounding that that new phase of the game. And Zoe, I'll let you, because you are the one who's actually playing it right now. But to me, it seems like people aren't used to not being able to max everything right away. Everyone thinks that, when a new weapon tier or a new difficulty tier comes out, whatever, you want to have a perfectly maximized character to the best of their abilities instantly, and if you can't, excuse me, it's a huge deal. I think that's crap.
I'm loading some ammo into my thing that I put ammo into. I'll let you continue, but I want to just chime in once you're done with this thought, because I think I know where you're going.
That was it. No, that was it. It's just that I feel like everyone thinks that as soon as something comes out, they have to be able to max it, whether it's your LD boards, your character boards, your new weapon tier, whatever it is, it has to be maxed. A lot of games don't do that. A lot of games, you don't instantly get to have everything maxed, and we've been kind of spoiled in that way, to where, EX Plus, I don't know if you guys, I know Zoe went through it because she was starting her global adventure, and it was tough to get all the all the
dude, I still have ingots. I have 0 ingots, right? I have 2 books and 0 ingots. I've been playing for I think 8 months in global, and I'm still having ingot problems, so I don't think it's ever going to stop for me.
Yeah, and see, when that first happened, that was a huge pain, and people seem to have forgotten that. You don't realize that just a couple years ago, you were pulling EXs that you couldn't purple on site, and so that's people being super butthurt that they can't. I'm gonna die again. God damn it, Bl'Art, you were literally waiting for me to stop talking so you could go. Tell me
burst, please. Why are you doing
that?
I'm saving my burst until they're both dead. I have
to. You burst.
I can tell you, I used Bart's here. I just used his burst finisher move, and it lasted.
Imagine if I can get through it without bursting, though. Then the rest of the fight will be so easy.
No, you know what'll happen? What'll be?
Holy shit! Okay.
What'll happen is you'll finish the fight, and he'll have 4 turns left on his burst effect.
Cross has a great point. You know what's crazy when you really think about Raw, Zoe, and Bl'Art? we all have something in common. That's that we all started Lufenia later down the line, and now we're at Lufenia Plus. That's a fantastic point, Bl'Art.
Wait,
you
no,
go where you.
That's not true.
Yeah, I mean, I
was here for the beginning of Lufenia.
Oh, I came back on Guy's Lufenia. I took a hiatus. I've been here since 35 CP, but I took a hiatus right before Lufenia started. But you were here for Lufenia?
Yes. To clarify, Cross, I stopped playing around the time shortly after Cosmos was a thing, and I think probably after Shiva, the first Shiva summon before Ramu. And I came back during Noctis Burst cycle, so a little bit before Lufenia was a thing. I had just enough time to catch up so that I was able to beat Lufenia when it dropped.
Yep.
Ra, please burst, for the love of God.
Yes,
I'm begging you.
Just do the deed at this point. It's because it'll die, and then you can just like... Actually, wait.
You're going to avoid the AoE attack? What?
No, I'm good.
I'm
good.
Actually, no, that's not a good idea.
I'm
Don't
good.
burst.
I'm good at... See, everyone's always in the chat talking all this shit. Raul, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Your sixth attempt to stream.
I'm bringing you the hot takes. I'm fucking destroying the Doom posters, and I'm also beating Lufenia Plus. So y'all sit back, pop some popcorn, and watch Raw Life fucking do what he does.
Yeah, no, if he bursts here, then the dude is just
before you count your chickens, please just fucking click the next button. I'm not going to say anything. Just do what you're going to do. All
right, everybody be quiet so I can think about it. All right, I need to have Brave. Once I kill this guy, I need Brave so this guy doesn't break me. I could Brave + and get some Brave here, but I don't think I'm going to kill him, so I just am going to Brave ++ anyway and hurt him.
You know that Missile refunds you, right?
Yeah, but I don't have the plus version yet. That's a good point.
It will plus you when you do it, yeah.
That's right. All right. Keep going.
Okay. Anyway, so Powerstone panic. Everybody's losing their minds over having Power Stones because it was revealed that there's a new type of Power Stone for the Force weapons, which are, as I said, the new tier, and you can convert 20 of the old Power Stones into one of the new Power Stones. So now the Power Stone apocalypse is upon us. You're going to need thousands of them, and it's not going to be okay unless you drain all your resources to get Power Stones. So that should be the takeaway from this stream, if anything.
All right, I just killed the ads. Now he gets to go.
Golden.
Now Agrius can freeze him instantly.
You've done it. You've survived the odds. It only took an hour and a half. I'm so proud of you, buddy.
Okay, yeah, you guys, hold on. I got an idea. Let's next time everyone tries a Lufenia Plus, which is in-game content, why don't you get on Twitch and chat through it while you give incredible insight, which is what I bring. And then also do the Lufenia Plus.
Wait. What's the fight going to be for next stream? Okay, so we're going to get Shulk, and then...
Oh, God, yes. Shulk is...
Do you want me to be the runner? I have a new phone. I'll be the runner. I'll do the stream next week. I'll be the runner for Shulk, and I'll see how I do. So
I think it would be great. Yeah, I think it would be great if we could get Zoe or Bl'Art to be where we're all chatting, and they are the ones running. Because I got a hint. I got a hint for you guys. So wait. Whoever's running,
we have to put some stakes on this. So what are the terms? What's the bet? What are we doing here, Raw?
I want to comment on Cross. Fuck Cross. Fuck Historia Crux. We have a fucking beef
Never
now.
been friends with them. Garbage people.
I know I've told you guys to watch it before. I'm changing my mind. Cross has come. Yeah, he's come at me too many times now. Cross is my enemy. No.
Whatever you
I'm
do,
just kidding. Cross is good.
Whatever you do not turn into Historia Crux
just don't listen. Just in case I end up guessing.
But no, it's tough to deliver my fantastic insight while I'm also
carrying the whole show and hosting the chat. Okay, I get it.
That's right. But what you were talking about with the Power Stones, you have to have, correct me if I'm wrong, like 240 Power Stones to max an LD or a
which is a ridiculous number. Nobody can keep that up. You're gonna drain your stash dry. So that's the thing, is the Power Stones isn't even the, like, efficient way to do this. The efficient way is you're going to get dupes building across multiple FR banners, because it's the new LD. They're going to come out every banner. There's going to be a new FR, and eventually you are going to get dupes, and when you MLB them, you get new things you can sell. If it's a burst character, like if it's a burst plus character, like Kane, for example, you can potentially, some people aren't doing it because they're waiting, but it should be in practice. By the time we get to global, we'll know. They'll be safe to sell for hyper power stones, and people are just panicking for no reason. The game is not even out yet, so CSDX is a good question. Did you just push off the paralyze?
Oh god, it's
that
fight all over again.
That's exactly. yeah. CSDX. I was listening to Zoe, but I also had pulled this up because I was like, wait, where'd my little circle go? Faded Molly works though, right? Confusion.
You don't have a debuff slot.
8 slots filled
okay,
up.
wait. Okay, is Ferris on Agrius? That's your only saving. Wait, okay, you can summon here and say this.
I get summon too.
Yeah, you can summon and fix this.
Booty Tom.
Buddy Tom, thank you.
Oh, I have Ferris.
Okay. Oh, you used. No. Oh my God! Why did you not use the LD call for? Oh lordy!
Everyone be incredibly quiet so I can think about what's happening. Booty Tom, first time chat and the follow. We appreciate you.
You're screwed, is what's happening.
No, I'm not. I have
close.
I have a summon and
you don't have a dispel left. You used the base call already before it buffed itself. Oh God. Yeah,
CSDX.
Dude, you've been throwing out nothing but fucking fire. The core thing, dude, you're on fire tonight. I love it. How do you feel, Raw, after talking so much shit and pushing off your debuffs, which, may I remind you, is a common Raw life problem. The very first stream I ever joined with you, you were trying to run EX plus Zidane through Lufenia,
and you know what it was?
EX plus Zidane pushed off a paralysis and cost the run with 2% HP on the boss left.
Right, and that wasn't the first time. That is actually a fantastic story. It was Trey. It's on my YouTube if you want to see me actually pass it. But I was.
The fail was way funnier. Don't watch the clear. The fail was hilarious.
It wasn't the first time. It wasn't the first time I did it. I was running Trey LC with Zidane, and I needed. It was EX only.
It was Cloud and Kais were the partners, right?
Yes, I needed to keep the paralyzed. It was generic, right? It wasn't framed, so I Zidane on each of his S1, S2. He inflicts a different generic
shit
debuff.
Ton of debuffs.
Yes, but listen, if I would have chosen S1 instead of S2 or S2 instead of S1, both times I would have kept the paralyzed on.
You clicked them both like a literal monkey. Yep. You clicked them both.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, that was.
I was
laughing so hard.
I'm gonna argue with you guys. I think I can still do this. I think I can let them come back. No, I can't. I don't want to let them come back.
Why would you? You have to do it. You have to give the. Why would you just not reset? You're not even that far in the fight. We're an hour 40 minutes in. Okay, this is the one. This is the one. Reset. You're gonna actually burst with dude. I'm leaving the show if you don't burst with parts your next run. I'm staking my claim on this.
All right. We're gonna beat this on stream because we've talked about it too much tonight.
Vamped so freaking much.
Yeah. But Indolent Lard just put a great comment in the chat. Blame the paralysis for not being framed. Exactly. In Trey LC, when I was running Zidane EX and I kept pushing off the generic paralyze. Excuse me. Why is paralyze not framed? Just frame my paralyze and I'm good. That's all I really need.
Yeah. So, are you gonna burst with Barts this time? Are you gonna do it?
BC in the chat. What's up, Black Cloud? You guys check out Black Cloud, Black Nero on YouTube. When I was talking about Doom posters and Zoe mentioned BC, everyone in here already follows him, I'm sure. If you don't, follow him on YouTube. That is the answer.
With the misattribution. I was the one who shouted him out this time.
That's the cure to Doomposters, is BC. If there's a small chance you don't follow him on YouTube, do it now, because he will give you the truth. I'm afraid that you guys are going to force me to burst with Bart's on this run, and I've already proven that I can get through the ads without bursting.
But why would you?
I don't
It's
think
a
you
save
need to burst turn. I don't think you need to burst turn 1, but I do think you could burst earlier than you're bursting.
Just like he has like 16 turns. I don't even have Bart, but he's so slow, and he's like, you're bringing a COD friend. You've got Tifa. Tifa puts out so much damage single target. You're gonna just burst like after you get your stuff set up.
Cross. To this day in chat.
Cross, if you keep going, you're gonna legitimately piss him off. You're getting there, I think.
No, he's flapping these gums, man. Cross, I'm just telling you, I love you, man. If I see you out, it might be on site. I might start throwing hands.
Cross has just been firing broadsides all evening.
Yeah,
I might have to go on Crux tomorrow to protect him from Raw's wrath in the chat or something.
So fuck Cross, but Historia Crux is the truth. Go watch that on Tuesdays.
Okay.
But while you're in there on Historia Crux, talk shit to Cross. But watch it at least.
Did we talk about Powerstones? I forget. It's been a roller coaster the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, we've been a little out of control.
It's been a very exciting time.
But yeah, people are really panicking about the Powerstones because it's 240. Is that right, Zoe? It's 240.
It's because you need 12 hyper Power Stones to max the force weapons. It's 240 regular Power Stones.
That's a lot.
Yep, BC. I know. I've cleared the air. I have told people not to freak the fuck out, and that people are going to get dupes for these weapons by pulling because, shockingly, they're on every banner, and eventually they'll be able to max them. It's a wonderful feeling.
People have to stop worrying about maxing things the day they come out, which we already talked about, but you're not going to be able to max everything the very moment it comes out, and you're going to have to deal with that. I will say,
there was some small irony in Raw saying that given his behavior during the night Zidane BT.
It's a favorite. All right, everybody. All right, okay, everybody. Okay, so it's everybody against Raw Life. That's straight.
Raw Life versus the world. Mm-hmm. They should have cast you for Scott Pilgrim.
No, that's straight, Bart. I got your number. I know what's good. All right, Bart. You're my enemy too. Cross and Bl'Art, fuck both y'all. Keep going, Zoe. Keep going.
I'm so glad I got out of this.
Luckily.
Like a bandit. By your grace, thank you.
That's right.
But yeah, basically, there's going to be a ton of FR weapons. Don't freak out. People have done the Shinryu fight with LDs only. It's not that hard. So I'll talk a little bit about my personal experience with leveling my account and stuff. I actually have had some trouble with the Shinryu. How many times did I attempt it? I think I attempted it 3 times with 2 different teams, and the farthest I got was about 50%, but it's a really fun fight because you're kind of racing the enemy's force gauge. So one time I didn't bring a strong enough regen, one time I didn't bring enough damage, and I think I have my team that I want to clear with it. So I'm going to be building up Pinello to give me a really nice strong HP regen. And I'm going to green my Kane, and I was talking to Nidre, because Nidre has been playing JP for a while, and he also thinks that I don't have the Ultima weapons and the blue armors that a non-new account will have to tackle this fight, so those cap increases are going to really, really come into play here. Like, Ultima weapons, to my knowledge, have been overkill for the vast majority of the time they've been around, and I think as we get further into the power creep cycle, they'll probably become more and more of like an expected thing, kind of how the obviously as a power creep game goes up, the numbers are going to increase, and things that were previously useful, kind of like Porum, for example, like not super necessary on release, amazing in Lufenia Plus. It's kind of like things increases value as the content rises to meet their power level. So I think we'll see more Ultima weapons. People can have like 25 blues in JP at this point, something like that, for free to play accounts. So
and you just started, but like you're your account.
Oh yeah, I
basically,
have one green and one blue armor and one ultimate weapon,
Yeah,
so
and
that's kind of where I might be on a little bit of the back foot, even though I've pulled the synergy. So, but once I've maxed my characters a little bit more, I think I'm going to get it fine. I'm going to try Kain, Penelo, and either Edge or Garnet. I haven't decided yet. Probably Edge because they are spamming some energy to get you into this burst phase, dude.
And you are a brand new account as far as JP goes, and you're on the verge of beating this Shinryu. Everyone's doom posting without all the ultimate weapons. I
have Kain fully maxed, so I should be beating this fight once I get everything set up. So I don't want to like toot my own horn too much, but I don't think it's that bad.
I got bad news, everybody. I'm dead. Tifa.
Did you lose again?
Tifa goes to 2 A moves. Agrius, it goes to 1. Oh no, I'm good.
Can't you just like
I can't
use a
instant
stun if you have to?
I can't instant turn. No, I can't. I know the
orb. You don't have a.
We keep talking.
There's a poison on the orb, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a Ferris call.
I know, but B has to. I can't instant turn, so I can't HP attack full throttle right here.
Why would you? Just don't then.
Just like do see what beat rush would leave you, or if it's going to jump you in front of B, then.
Wow.
Then I'm not really
it
sure
might
what
be
else
the one person offering legitimate solace to Raw and the streaming and talking thing. So you have one defender there.
Yeah, look what BC. Yep, it's very hard to talk and play. It is, man, because all these other little shit talkers out here just sitting typing. All this typing
keyboard
bullshit.
Warriors.
Guess what? Yeah, all you fucking keyboard warriors. Let me see you run a Lufenia while actively chatting and keeping the fucking conversation. Fuck all y'all, man. Especially Blart and Cross. Fuck y'all. Zoe, you're okay for right now. Like at the moment. You're okay. But anyway, I'm fine. We'll burst with Bart's on his next turn. It's fine.
So are you might die from the bravery though.
No, Ferris is gonna go to 0.
Ferris goes to 0 after the turn. Doesn't she? I haven't used Ferris Call in a while, actually.
He goes after B turn, but he's doing all, so it'll split the damage between all 3.
No, it's not an attack. It's going to heal at the ads.
Oh, is it? I wasn't watching. I thought it did the Curaga already, but the ads don't have the buff, so you're right. Okay, you're good, Ra.
Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it through this fight, but basically, don't panic about Power Stones. I got really bad news for everybody. You may not be able to maximize every force weapon the day it comes out.
Okay, so
breaking
mea
news.
culpa. I kind of feel like the 1% right now. So because I'm a new account, I have like over 1 million gems and like 6,000 tickets or whatever just sitting in divine boards and permanent content. So I can pull kind of willy-nilly. So I was like, okay, these new banners, they're triple LDs. So if people didn't know that, they are. And it's Kain, BT plus force weapon, Warrior of Light BT plus, Prompto, Kais, and then Mog and Penelo are getting their C90s. And I'm like, okay, that's a lot of roll coverage. So I'm just going to go hard on these banners. I got 12 of the Kain force weapons. So I definitely feel like the 1%. And I was able to fully MLB 3 of the Kain weapons. So I am sitting very pretty right now as I preach, like, don't freak out.
What's the rate? Is the rate the same?
It's the same as LDs. It's 5%.
So it's the same as LD for a force weapon.
For gem pulls, yeah. And then it's 0.5 on ticket pulls.
Okay, so if you get incredibly lucky, then maybe you will be able to max force weapons. But every time you hear someone doom posting power stones and force weapons, remind yourself, take a breath, and you may not be able to max every force weapon as soon as it comes out. You probably won't be able to. So yes, it's going to be different. You're not used to that because if you're upset, you probably haven't been doing EX weapons with ingots when they first came out. But anyway,
one thing I didn't mention is that Blart, super quick. The pity did get increased though to 400 G tokens, so they are a little bit tightening the purse. So it's going to be 100k gems instead of 75k gems for the pities, which is annoying. But we have bursts already.
Pity is 100k for a force.
Yeah.
Blart, what were you going to say?
400k for a force. I was going to say my big takeaway here is that you should skip Kane LD when it comes out to pull for Realm LD. The entirety of Zoe's JP update could be boiled down to that point, I feel.
Wait,
the JP
Kane
corner.
and Realm? I'm missing the connection here.
Because you said that someone cleared it without, someone cleared an LD only realm with Realm LD.
Oh, right, the Realm edge
overpowered.
carded team. Yeah, no, Realm's... So I do think that off-turn damage, kind of the wave right now, if you're trying to keep up with, like, older units, like Cisne, Realm, Edge, Garnet, Layla is finally showing her worth in some difficult content, because it's a pretty tight turn count. It's 120 million HP in 55 turns, which is pretty spooky, and Layla gives your entire party free turns, which is stupid, and I think Layla Havers will be enjoying her this fight. Wait, Raw, you didn't burst yet. I guess you're just gonna do it?
Because you guys keep telling me I have to burst, and I'm
You don't have
defiant.
to burst, it just would have made your life easier. We're 2 hours in!
I don't want my life to be easy. I don't want my life to be easy. I want it to be dope.
All right, you've done it though. You've survived.
All right, so let's so that's the JP corner. Everyone relax. Your power stones will be fine. Just accept the fact that you can't max everything as soon as it comes out. Okay?
Yeah,
that's the point.
And I'm looking forward to the fights because I think the force time team building stuff is very interesting, and I'm super excited for it.
Okay, so now the ads are gone. Basically 79. 59 and 39.
39. Mm-hmm.
So
please put your stun up before you block the debuff spaces.
Faded Molly is framed, right?
That is correct.
There we go.
So get some. Honestly, now that you've got your Faded Molly up, it's a good time to burst phase. Get that effect going. Get some damage in. Pop Kursame, maybe?
Full burst phase or little burst phase?
Bards you usually want a full burst phase because the finisher keeps his... I don't have Bards, but I think the finisher keeps his stacks going. Like, so on the last turn, he puts his finisher.
Yeah, Zoe has the right of it. Always phase with Bards because his phase is useless. And then you build the stacks, and then you... Because if you finisher first, then you lose the stacks when you burst phase unless you did it right after.
Yeah, right. That's right. So phase.
Counterpoint, what if I throw on a Gabranth debuff?
Actually, this is a good time to throw on Gabranth because you're only going to get the one, so I like that.
Yeah, toss it on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. God damn it, I hate...
No, you're good, you're good.
I know,
HP damage up is the first one.
I know, but I just hate, in general, having a full 8 buffs or debuffs.
I'm going to say the Indolent Lord is the one who pushed us over the send raw your energy threshold required to get him to press that button, by the way. Thank you, Indo. That's
for sure, Indo. You're the goat.
Everyone was fucking chirping me in my ear saying burst, and I was like, no, fuck y'all. Indo said it, and I was like, okay. Indo, that's a fellow Zidane enjoyer. I'll do what he says. I don't know Bart's because he's green. I don't know his best BT rotation.
It doesn't matter. He just clicks all his buttons. I think you get a free skill from LD?
No, you don't.
No?
You get an upgraded HP attack after you use the LD.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then LD.
You just have to click the HP attack.
Start with the LD.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That'll get a break, and so maybe you might be able to get a second break in here, which will help with the...
You should, just save like a missile for the end, maybe, and then you can get a second break.
Alright, guys, we are 17 runs in, 2.5 hours, and we have just got to 98% on the main boss.
We've done it.
Let's go.
Indo, highlight, what do the hosts prefer, phase first or finisher first? Personally, for me, my characters are Ace and COD greens, and I prefer finisher first for most fights.
I'll go next, and then Bart. My only greens are Bart's and Zidane, and so I don't care with Bart's. With Zidane, I typically like the finisher first, and then before the finisher goes away to burst phase with him, because his excuse me, he will be able to battery himself with stealing elixirs throughout the burst phase if you burst before his finisher is gone. Bl'Art, what do you do?
That's pretty nifty. So for Bart's, as we just covered, I always phase first, and then we'll use the finisher to keep the stacks up ongoing. With Y'shtola, I find that I usually finish her first, so that I can use the phase later in the fight to, because her burst phase doesn't have super duper high damage, but it potentially has a lot of utility in terms of the battery, the healing, the revive. I've actually
the
used
rebreaks actually are probably pretty fun.
You thought I was going to say rebreaks, which I did actually use in the Vayne fight to great effect. I have actually used her burst phase to get a clutch revive in.
That's incredible.
So like, I actually save her. Yeah, I save the burst phase for later in the fight when the utility actually can sometimes pull me out of a tight spot. I also very recently greened Vayne because that's the kind of person I am apparently.
Yeah, you were showing me yesterday, I think. Your green Vayne. You were deliberating on Halloween, and you're like, "Yep, doing it."
Yeah, I was on the fence about pitying Vayne's burst on Cait Sith, on the Cait banner. I was gonna post a video, but the footage got corrupted, and I was really grumpy about that. But my wife was like, "Yeah, go for it. Vayne's cool," and I was like, "All right," and I did it, and it worked out perfectly. So far, what I found.
Wait, hold up. Your wife said Vayne's cool. Like, does she know Vayne? Does she play Final Fantasy? That's dope.
She kind of is the one who got me into the. Have we not been into that?
Gosh,
No,
what a king!
The origin story.
What a king! What a king! My guy Bl'Art is out here with a wife, fucking giving him advice on DFFOO. That's a king right there. Continue.
Yeah, no, she's a. I mean, there's a reason I married her. She's probably. I mean, no offense, Zoe, she might be the best woman on the planet, but just.
I'll take number 2. It's okay.
Volleyblur with the follow, and then also first time chat. Volleyblur, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the follow. We're here every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bl'Art, keep going.
But anyway, with the burst rotation for Vayne, I've only used the burst in this fight, in which case I used the finisher first because I would use the phase later to get the rebreaks to boost the orb up. But I'm not sure going forward which will be. I'll have to get back to you on whether or not Vayne prefers finisher or phase more later. It's a great mystery right now for me. New toy, you know.
Wow, the Twitlonger reference. This is going straight for the jugular now.
Yeah, okay, so let's get through this fight before.
Yeah, please.
1, 2,
it is.
3,
we are
4,
2
5,
hours
6,
on the
7.
runtime,
Yeah,
so we should
wrap this up.
get into this.
So he's not currently shut down. So I think that I want to LD here, and then.
You want to AA here?
No, I want. Hear me out. Hear me out. I want to LD here, and then before he goes again, I can fade in Molly.
Tifa's probably gonna push him unless you like brave attack with her.
Oh wait, is it 79?
It's 79. You're pretty close.
Okay,
Tifa's gonna
okay.
chip him. So the other thing you could, if you wanted to do that, you could summon, but why not just save your faded Molly for like the beginning of the threshold?
That's good.
So you've got 1 debuff space left. So just be careful about that.
The threshold here are really weird though.
They're different.
Bl'Art, what'd you say?
I'm pretty sure Bart's missile applies a defense down. I think Tifa somewhere in her kit has an attack down.
Yeah, so Bart's missile definitely does have defense down. It's a % chance to apply.
Those are generic though. Oh fuck! The paralyzed generic. God damn it! I hate
this. Listen.
These are warnings. Not. It's okay. We can work through this.
God damn it! I hate the fucking generic. Zidane in his EX form fucked me with his generic S1, S2 debuffs, and now Agrius is coming. God, I should have fucking faded Molly.
You would have. The LD and Tifa would have pushed it to the warp. Okay, just check your moves. Make sure they don't play a debuff. I don't think Tifa EX has the debuff. I can check for you.
But he's launch immune at his. Oh wait, he hasn't done a threshold yet. We're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, we're gonna get through this fight before we tap out for the night. The worst part of this whole thing is that I still have a Zidane Saga to run. So off stream by myself for hours at a time, I'm gonna be running Zidane, who deletes turns willy nilly through this fight at some point. So Look forward to that.
You might be able to make that. I mean, you might be able to make that work just because. I mean, Zidane has some rebreaks in there. You could.
Zidane isn't awful here. I don't think he's amazing, but
keep in mind they warp. So if you save the summon and like his burst phase or something for after the last warp, and then you use those to push the orb up through rebreaks once it's low. Like
it should be better than the Vayne fight.
Indo cleared with Zidane Agrius 7, which is a cool run.
Exactly.
So
I'm gonna ask him. I don't know if he's still here, but if Indo can put his
he's here.
He's here. All right. I tagged him to see if he was here. Indo, if you could put your YouTube in the chat, that'd be great. Indo just did 7 Zidane and who else?
Agrius.
So that's a fucking fantastic.
We gotta push. Okay, don't push missile, but we do have to push some buttons here and get through this fight.
EX.
Push that EX button.
Yeah, EX.
I gotta be real. I actually like Bart's damage a lot for a Aurobot support.
For
it's super consistent and has a ton of splash.
And an Aurobot, you want to stand there and never take turns because when they take turns, it sucks. Well, with Bart's. On his turns, holy shit, every fucking debuff just fell off that enemy.
Yeah, just Ferris Call again. This one will dispel the Eye Brave buff, so you'll have more room for Kurosame and stuff.
But anyway, on Bart's turns, if you need to break, he's got his LD, which instant breaks. He's got splash damage. He's got multiple dumps on missile. Brave plus does huge battery and drop and damage. So. I love Bart. I've been loving him in his BT form. He was great. And his BT plus form, like Bart was saying, he does damage consistently. Not great damage. He doesn't do consistent. He doesn't do heavy damage.
With his burst effect up and another support in the party. Sure, I remember. I was on the stream with Mino and BC for the Kistis fight, and
you want to hate on Bart's?
I was worried Bart's BT phase was gonna hit 700k on one enemy, and he didn't even come close.
No. All right, let's get through this fight. So I really need more debuffs up. I think I'm gonna wait. This is a cleansing call though. Do I need to use this now?
Why wouldn't you? You want to get the defense down up, and it's going to dispel the Eye Brave.
The only reason I can think of is to save the defense down for after it's below 50%, and you could use like. But
I think it's going to last most of the time.
Actually, you're right. If you're going to be turn denying it, then it'll probably fine.
Like Tifa's going to spam some battle cries. You're going to get caught in here and start pushing it maximum.
All right, so let me tell you what I'm going to do with Agrius and tell you why. I think that right here I want to LD and then get B behind her so that Agrius can Faded Molly.
That is correct. That is what you want to do.
Don't patronize me. Hold on. All right, listen.
Oh no! Did I lose my safe space with that one?
You were doing fine. This whole stream. Now you want to fucking start patronizing me? Okay, listen. I'll figure it out. Oh fuck! How do I get instant turn with Battle Cry?
Just toss Kurosame on for the speed down too.
Drop the Kurosame call.
Please put the call up, please. You got Battle Cry too, and you have a summon phase.
All right, I have to admit something. CSDX just made a great point that I didn't notice. Agrius needed her LD overhead refreshed anyway.
The classic raw life, losing overheads. Pushing off generic debuffs and losing overheads are your signature moves.
So that was not only was I trying to do the right thing, but I was doing the right thing for the wrong reason. That's very, very hard to do.
Incredible.
Crimson 719.
Rob, please click a button. I'm dying here. You got to kill this thing.
Beat rush.
Go for it.
Agrius will put on Faded Molly on her next turn.
Yep.
She will.
BC straight up in the chat having my back. Look, it's hard to stream while you're chatting and having a good time with all your friends. Okay, so y'all back up off me. Bart's turn. I'm going to missile, double dump.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good to me.
He is prolonging the stream. Mango, I have been accused of throwing fights.
I
want to be very clear. Yeah, I want to be very clear. Everyone has accused me multiple times of throwing for content, throwing to extend fights. I'm gonna look in the camera when I say this. It's not. I do not throw. This is all.
So okay,
this is all.
So,
I am actually this bad.
I just want to say you are kind of off center right now. So when you said you were looking at the camera, I can barely see your face right now.
I'm looking in the wrong way. Okay, yeah, I get accused of that a lot. It's not the case. I'm not throwing for content. I'm actually this bad. When I sit down by myself and I'm just fucking smashing a fight over and over, I can do whatever I need to do and get it recorded for my YouTube. Live action it's not quite as easy. It does feel bad here. It does feel bad to lose Fated Molly immediately because that's like 8.
Yeah, so just be careful because you do have a warp coming up in 8 boss %, so you do need to reapply it. Probably in AA for the
from Agrius.
What's it called? The Judgment Blade, because you're not gonna have. I don't think you're gonna have time to put. You're either summon or you don't have time to put Fated Molly up again. So yeah,
we'll make it through, guys. Just stick with me. Just stick with me. We're gonna make it.
This will be a nice launch. HEC. Oh wait, it's launching me. Never mind. I forgot because I did not give it turns.
Wait, who did you bring here? Sorry.
Oh, we never talked about who we brought. I brought Ace, Cloud of Darkness, and Shantoto. Which is a kind of.
I mean, we also didn't talk for the other fight even.
Did we?
No, we glossed over that.
We kind of went all over the place today.
We've been very busy this evening.
Yeah, we've been wild.
I was
in the streets.
all DPS team, but it worked with burst effects and call abilities. Shantoto, first Leaf Plus I brought her, very happy with how she did. Consistent damage. COD is amazing for this fight. Ace, I think, could have been a better character, but I'm probably going to run it back because I try to do all the fights without greens and no synergy, so I'll probably try something like Agrius, maybe Null, and good DPS like Vaughn, something like that. I don't know. I haven't really thought it through, but
Null.
Shantoto.
Null gonna be tough.
Oh wait,
he breaks.
Oh wait, no, it's not. I forgot it. I forgot it wasn't like a +4 break orb. It's a +1 break orb, so probably not Null. Sorry, Cross.
It keeps the orb at where it was. Rainy Warrior with the follow. We appreciate it, man. Thank you. New faces, always good to see.
So if we want to get techie here, I think if you can bring it down to 59% on the second Tifa turn you got here, I think then that turn it'll warp its turn there, but it'll also
Mm-hmm. So
Tifa's LD still has 6 turns though. So do I instant turn and then LD?
You don't want to instant turn here. I think you want to
not on this on her second turn. I think
because if you push it back with the second turn, or you explain it, Blart.
So we don't want to give it too many turns. We don't want it to unbreak and push behind Agrius. What we want to happen is we want it to, on that Tifa turn, without getting broken, go under 59%.
And that way it's going to warp.
I didn't hear anything you said. Wait, what?
Damn it. So what we want is on that second Tifa turn you have lined up, you want that turn to be the one that pushes it below 59% without breaking it. So we don't want you to take too many turns because it could naturally unbreak then. I'd suggest probably beat. Would Beat Rush jump her ahead right now if you were to use it?
I'll check. No, she keeps her same position in the.
Okay, I'd suggest a Beat Rush here. I don't think it deals 5% of its health, right?
No, I don't think this is a 15 million HP boss. Just Beat Rush.
God damn, she does so much fucking damage. It's outrageous.
Holy cow,
Hmm.
That might have actually screwed us over because of
we have a summon to fix things if possible, but
no.
Bart's might not do enough with the double hand. Maybe he won't do enough damage. Because it's like 150k is 1%, so we have a chance to not push it threshold here.
So we might get lucky here if you do like his.
Missile does 150.
Well, we don't want Bart's to push it here, so try double hands.
Or HP attack, just HP attack.
Oh yeah, HP plus.
God damn it!
Did he push it?
Yep.
That's fine. You can summon to fix.
Okay, that's still okay. We'll be fine.
It's all good.
Oh yeah, no, this worked out perfectly.
It the turn order still is fine. We were just kind of worried about it having a turn right after Tifa, but that did not happen, so you're fine.
Yeah, no, you're golden. Well played. See, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, that was my idea the whole time.
Yeah, no, we're all played it
totally.
perfectly.
You've masterfully seen through the turn order RNG.
You know what I forgot to do? I never AA'd with Tifa, and so her 3 uses of Beat Rush are basically gone. Because of the orb, I don't want to AA much the rest of the
I don't
fight.
think you'll need to AA. You've got a COD friend still, and you've got a summon. I think you'll be fine.
I think you'll be able to make it work. If you did, like, just toss 1 in there, probably.
Alright, so now...
She is still crazy.
I know, it's crazy.
Man.
She still does outrageous damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did. 5.
That looks like blue
6,
Tifa to
7.
me.
Blew all your
DPS. You've got the space for... you might want to refresh Agrius is missing like all her buffs. Don't click her EX though, because that will...
Oh my god!
Don't click her EX because that's gonna like fill the space for the stun. So never click her EX.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Divine
LD here, get the Foley back, and then next turn you have with her Knight's Pride probably to refresh her Bravery stacks.
Yeah, if you can jump ahead and do that, that'd be really good.
I think this might be a good time to summon, is like to give yourself some breathing room for the.
I have to get Faded Molly back on him for his turn.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not gonna summon until Agrius' turn though.
I think you've got some LDs with. Actually, you might not want to LD right now. Just give yourself some space. So.
I haven't used any LDs with him. Holy shit.
It's not like he needs to.
Yeah, no,
the one for the burst lasts so long. This is what I was saying. It lasts forever. Don't LD call ever, too.
He's slow as molasses, dude.
Exactly. A good thing for...
The thresholds on this fight are a little different. Instead of being 79, 49, and 29, they are 79... 59 and
59, 39. So some of the fights like Pandemonium and Kistis have also experimented with different thresholds, and I'm totally fine with it to let them tune the fights better. So
yeah,
just means we have to pay a little more attention to the boss details than usual.
Right. And another bout of horrible news. I do have to use the restroom. Bl'Art and Zoe, carry me. Be right back.
All right. Well, I guess we can talk about what we brought to the fights in the meantime.
Yeah, why not?
So for this one, I ended up being surprised by how well this worked. Brought Vaughn, Agrius, and Edward. And,
Edward, right?
That kid, that little guy, he still got it. I don't care what anyone says about how he's a terrible, immoral shit stain or anything of that nature. I think he's tremendous. I also I haven't posted this run yet, but I did a run. I just decided to kind of go hard on it. I went Agrius, Vayne BT plus, Bart's BT plus, and
that's a really fun stomp.
Yeah, no, that went hard because it's a very different way of playing it, because since Vayne rebreaks so often, you can cut zero turn them because they do the warps and stuff, but you spend most of the fight just breaking.
Yeah, Vayne just goes brr.
Really all.
I'm like,
glad I greened him.
I'm considering going back for a Camelot run, but now that it has been done, my desire to do that has lowered. But who knows? Maybe I will go for it.
I'm not sure at this point if I'm going to try to do a non-Agrius run for this. Like, I could, but we'll see.
I did get mine in my first clear, which I was pretty happy with, just to use Toto. So, it's not water, Buddy Tom. It is not sad. Water.
I wish it was water. It'd be good for him if it was water. And yeah, for the Rafflesia fight, if we're just listing stuff off, I did the Beatrix X Seth Y'shtola, I did Bart's, I want to say Beatrix and Ace, and we did Prompto, Vayne, and Bart. And my favorite run, probably the one that you heard me complaining about for a couple days, was Y'shtola, Beatrix, and Edward.
You were capping with that one. Did you end up getting it working or no?
Yeah, no, I finally did. I posted it. It is my least viewed video on YouTube.
That must be depressing.
It's 10 out of 10.
Your blooded sweat and tears into like 50 views or something.
No, people don't want to see great, fantastic runs. They want to see Doomposting.
They want to see the meta stomps.
I know. Well, honestly, the thing with that run was actually Edward was at best just a body with, usable enough stats that he wasn't holding the team back with his damage. And at worst, he was a detriment because his sleep was stopping Beatrix counters from adding to my damage. So, like, it was really a pride thing and not in any way something I'd tell anyone. Like, I couldn't convince him, oh, yeah, Edward's good here. No, he was actually bad there. I shouldn't have done it. It was not a good idea.
Yeah, I actually managed to bring Deuce to the Vayne raid, which I was pretty happy about. I think that's my third Lift Plus with Deuce. I haven't tried to bring her to everyone. I could have brought her to more, but when I've used her, she has been carryable. I think that's the biggest compliment I can give her. She gives the brave damage, and
there's an interesting point that you
what's up?
Someone if you summon, Bart's BT effect's about to run out, and if you summon, you won't be able to refresh it.
Ooh, I mean, Tifa could spam some stuff if she wanted to.
Wait. Let's figure out where we are. Okay, so he's got Faded Molly on, so I can let him move, and that's fine.
Yes, that is
his next threshold is 39, so I got to get another. I should have brought Ramu. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think you needed Ramu here, to be honest.
I know, but Ramu would make this like
it would have been helpful.
Or Ramu.
Do you have one more Faded Molly left beside this one?
I think he has one more LD into Molly. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, wow, it's really funny watching Agrius just completely devoid of her buffs. She just has a floating sword with nothing under it. It's hilarious.
Holy shit, all of her buffs are off. I think I'm gonna BT finisher here.
You can do it early. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, go for it. It'll last.
And then do the summon.
I'm gonna refresh his BT phase, and then summon and get that Faded Molly for the. I only have one more left, right? 39%.
Yeah,
39 is the last warp phase, but you still don't want to give it turns.
That's
because
when the darkness comes in.
Oh, wait, that is true. Then you can do the rebreaks and deletes. Ooh. Amazing finisher from. Actually, honestly, that's better than I thought it would have been. I guess he was starting with a lot of brave.
Y'all not giving Bart the respect he deserves.
Y'all stop hating. Y'all stop hating on my man Bart.
Dude, I was impressed with Bart's before I realized, oh wait, this is a regular Lufenia. I don't even have the green. And then I brought him to a Lufenia Plus with the base BT just because I was curious. Not pretty.
I think I'm going to Battle Cry into LD here.
Don't make it warp without stunning it.
Oh fuck yeah! God damn it! I can't.
Gotta. So I think this is where you summon.
Because I need Agrius to use
just
LD first.
I take one more turn with Tifa and then summon.
Tifa can do 6% in one attack. Like
not with a battle cry or something like that.
Yeah, well, don't use that. Use just use an HP attack.
Oh yeah, just do an HP plus. That'll work. Yeah, Agrius having the first turn and summon would be good. Yeah, go for an HP plus here.
No, I think I'm gonna beat Rush.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No, it's
ultimately it's your decision. We're just terrified.
It probably wouldn't happen, but it's cutting it close is all I'm gonna say.
Worth the risk?
I personally think no. Like this is going very swimmingly. You have a Kurosame call still. Like you have a COD friend.
I battle cried. I know you guys are behind. I battle cried into.
Oh, you battle cried. Okay.
So we're good. So now I'm gonna summon.
HP plus first. You want Agrius to go first in the summon.
I still have 2 LDs with Tifa too. Holy shit, this is going really good.
Did you click a move with? Did you click HP plus first?
No, I haven't done anything yet. I was just checking her debuffs, or her buffs. So now we can. Summon.
Oh yeah, she'll LD and summon, and then.
Holy shit, Agrius has been fighting without any of her buffs.
Yeah, she doesn't need them. Buffs are over.
Sorry to all the other blue Agrius fans here. I have totally disrespected our
Dude,
girl.
that's like both of us and like half our viewer base apparently.
Exactly. The only people who blued Agrius are in this chat or on this stream right now, and I understand that, and I do apologize.
Wait, she's gonna get her Faded Mullet buffs, right? Because I saw her Brave button turn blue, and I'm a little worried.
No, you just have to LD. Yeah. No, you just have to LD.
I thought so, but I thought it would be really funny if it.
We have to be careful with Tifa to make sure she doesn't turn jump.
Yes, we need to make sure that Agrius gets her thing off. Which might mean like letting her buff fall off for a second.
Beat Rush is an instant. She goes straight
Beat Rush
back.
might. Okay, Beat Rush is
Yeah, Beat Rush
fine,
is fine.
but you're gonna have to be careful.
LD doesn't change anything on the turn.
Actually, pressing LD here would be really hot. I think.
LD would be
LD
good
doesn't
because
change the turn order at all.
and it refreshes her buff, so go for that.
So we're good.
Also, the damage is going to be so sweet.
Yeah,
It'll be
it was
cupping.
sweet.
Yep. Beautiful.
Love to see it.
EX of
Right,
Barts.
careful with Barts. Yeah, EX is good.
As long as she doesn't instant turn.
Yeah, I mean, like, worst comes to worst, you just HP plus with Tifa again.
Honestly,
I think I could EX.
what would happen if you...
Or you could Meteor Crusher?
Blar,
You
what'd
could
you
just
say?
Meteor Crusher again.
Oh wait, she has full throttle. You definitely should Meteor Crusher again. Because are we gonna
Or you
swap
could
her
EX.
for COD?
An EX would work. Well, actually, yeah, wait. No, who are you swapping out for?
Who are you swapping?
Actually,
I don't know if we need COD because
We should still bring COD.
Has Agris
We're
has Agris
scared.
used her
Bring COD.
AAs? Has she used her AAs?
She's used one of them. So she only has like one. I would don't fucking risk this. Just bring COD, please. I would
Meteor Crusher.
Yeah, or EX.
No, EX
But
launch immune.
Yeah, true.
RVK just said that in chat.
Yeah, hit that
I
Meteor Crusher.
always,
It's gonna be
right,
awesome.
RBK. I always forget the launch immunity for this one. Because like, it's relevant for like 2 clears, and they're the range threshold skip ones. Okay, Faded Molly and Golden.
No, fuck. He's going right after Bart's and Tifa.
It's
Okay, then we're
fine.
swapping out. We're swapping someone out for.
It's gotta be
breakfast, I
Tifa.
guess.
It's gotta be Tifa.
Yeah, I think so.
That's fine. COD can handle damage stuff.
Um,
You can toss the Bronthon now because Ferris is gone. So
I'm gonna switch Tifa for COD. Use her LD for instant break, right?
I
And
think so. Yeah.
yeah, you need to push it back some.
he's at 9 on the orb, which is fine. I'm gonna missile with Bart's for the double dump.
Get the defense down, maybe. Yeah.
Bl'Art. Yeah, we go straight into COD now. I think.
I think so.
With Tifa?
Yeah, I think it has to be. Like, what else? Unless
No, you're gonna LD into 0 form, I think.
What about her
Actually,
BT
it
phase?
depends on the
though?
turn order.
Her BT phase would be nice.
Yeah, it just depends if you can give it. Actually, you should push it behind Agrius, so you probably can do the Ultra
Agrius
Particle
has-
second.
Well, Agrius has
one paralyzed left.
Oh,
Right?
wait. Hold on. Are we sure that Agrius has an AA left?
Yeah, I'm like 99% sure.
No, it's
Maybe
not
chat
enough. It's
can
not enough.
confirm.
Yeah, it's not enough. For me,
I
we've been
think-
here for too long. I think that we need 100%
I'll be real with
certainty. Otherwise, I'm gonna
Here's the
zero
thing. I think you can zero form after this. I think this is a risk we're taking. We're gonna want that damage because we don't want it to get another turn after this one anyway.
I'm afraid that it's gonna get to Agrias' turn and she doesn't have an AA left.
I'm like so sure that she has an 8. Okay, that's actually you could LD again if you wanted to push like a COD turn behind Agrius so that we can
Alright.
we can zero form and fix
Zoe,
things.
Zoe, I can just blame it on you if I fail. Are you sure Agrias has an extra? I don't think she does. Never mind. I'm not gonna put it on you because I'm pretty sure she's out. I'm gonna LD again.
I'm like really sure that she
No,
does.
You know why she is? Because every time we put the paralyze
Hold
on,
on,
we got
hold
really
on.
stressed about
Everybody stop the presses. CSDX says, I think we used
Okay,
2
CSDX has a really good track record this fight, so this stream with like his comments, so
Yeah,
maybe it's true.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
pretty
question
sure. I'm
CSDX.
pretty sure we used them both. So I'm gonna.
Alright,
LD
just LD,
here.
just LD,
Yeah, I'm
just
gonna
LD. Be
to
safe,
sure.
be
Yeah,
safe.
We're gonna be
We'll
safe.
see.
It's
We'll
fucking.
find out.
It's fucking middle of the night at this point. I don't think Agrias has any left, but we'll see. I guess I EX here with Bart's. Fuck it, whatever.
Just double dump.
All right, we're about to
Like,
find
what
out.
are
All
you
right,
saying?
hold on. Before I
Okay.
go, I know we gotta go, but can we get a in chat? Can we get a guess? has Agrius used her AAs or not? Does anybody know how to
poll? I can't
put
believe
up a
we're
poll?
doing
Oh, I can
so
put
dumb.
I can do the
Put
poll.
a poll.
Thank God
I
I'm
think
here.
I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote that we have. I'm pretty sure CSDX is right. I think at the very beginning, I think we. I'm pretty sure we used both of Agrius's AAs. I may be wrong. We could have one left.
All right,
I know for
I'm
a fact.
just gonna set it to a 1-minute timer because we're
Yeah.
running out of
Does
steam here.
Agrius
But
have an AA left? I'm gonna
I
say
think she
no.
does, so I'm
doesn't.
gonna be voting yes.
No, I don't think she does. I think we're at 0. We're definitely. Oh shit! I think people who are being quiet in chat, who've been watching, I think they're right. Oh holy shit! 7-3. No. I think people who haven't been chatting but have been watching. I think they know that we're gone. We're done
All right,
with
maybe I'm wrong. I've been reading chat, so I could totally be wrong.
Well, here's a whole nother point. What the fuck do we do if we don't have any AAs left?
Delay.
We have to keep delaying.
just
with COD.
delay, and like you don't need the burst phase. Tifa will probably be able to finish it up.
All right, it's 11-5 for no. We don't have any AAs left. I don't think we do. I think.
All right, let's see.
Out.
All right, final score.
11-6.
11-6. Let's see.
Don't say it immediately.
Oh shit! We don't. There are no.
Oh
AAs
shit! I was
left.
wrong. Oh, it's a very good thing I didn't throw the fight. So
Holy
good job,
fuck.
chat. Good job.
I'm gonna judge.
There have been so
Blade,
many
and
runs we've mixed it up.
There's a chance that this could save us anyway. If Paralyze Indo said rely on.
Oh yeah, just throw it out anyway.
There's a
no reason.
chance.
Jesus
There's a
Christ,
chance.
it's not even gonna HP dump. I don't think, because you don't ever buff up.
This
40.
is bad. This is really bad. So we have to delay it really heavy with.
You need to get her bravery back, dude.
What the fuck do we
I think
do?
just a pair of zero form particle beams, right?
Yeah, Orb is a
only at
little
6.
rough,
It's only at
though.
6. Yeah, we're in trouble. We're in
I would
big
do
trouble.
so. I would do LD into zero form here. Try and keep. I would do LD zero form LD, and then you'll get Tifa back. So LD, that'll be free damage.
Yo, we're in big trouble. We're in big trouble, y'all. This is like
No, we got this. We got this. We got this.
No, look at the orb. The orb's at 6. I have to go 2 more times with COD to get Tifa back.
So worst comes to worst, we could just give it a turn. I mean, like,
that is not acceptable.
doesn't he have the sap on? And like, can you burn through
No.
some ads again? I feel like you could.
No, I'm not giving him a turn.
That's what I'm thinking. We just go for the ads again if you don't want to
Sure,
like fucking
finish
risk this up.
No, I'm not doing that.
Oh god,
hit
this is
that zero
dicey.
Hit that zero form.
I don't know. It's only gonna be 5 on the orb if he's 0.
It's gonna be it's gonna. Here's the
Yeah,
thing. It's
so-
too late.
Fuck, dude. I fucked this up.
I told you to give it a turn.
Oh no, we're in big trouble.
I told you.
We're in big trouble.
Should have listened to Zoe except for the AA thing. We'll ignore it.
Fuck.
Christ Almighty. I think you're fucked, dude.
I think that we're done.
Let me see. Tifa might be able to clutch it.
Tifa
That's
might be
what
able
I'm
to clutch
saying,
it
is,
with COD. If
Seems
she has 1
unlikely,
turn
but-
left, I could AA with COD and get Tifa straight back out.
Alright.
So basically, all right. Here we're at. Here's where we are. 17%.
I think you could rig. I think you just have to go for the judgment blade, right?
17%. I think what we
How did I kill this run? Are you fucking kidding me? I tried to tell him to give it a turn.
No, BC's right. No, you did kill this run because you said we had AAs left. All right, let me tell you something. I think that we can do this. I think that if we AA with COD, I know the orb goes down.
That doesn't.
Why not just LD? The
That
LD
just-
rebreaks.
That doesn't
it
do
rebreaks?
anything. That just wastes a
Okay.
turn.
Okay. I forgot that break is +1. Y'all, we're in big trouble here. We're in serious fucking trouble.
Wait, no. Like, isn't your win con here like going for the judgment blade RNG? Because like, I don't think you're doing 70% boss health now.
Judgment Blade doesn't paralyze if it's not plus.
Oh, is that true?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. And she has none of her buffs up, so I totally fucked this run.
You could have just given it a turn. You could have just given it a turn!
Is LD double dump?
No, it's triple dump.
We're in big trouble.
God damn it, Raw.
We're in big, huge trouble. Alright, so LD with her, with COD.
LD with them.
Keep it at
4? You're so screwed.
For what it's worth, I looked it up, and a regular Judgment Blade does still keep the 25% chance to paralyze.
In that case?
Okay, so we're putting it all on a 25%. Let's go. 25% to win the fight.
Wait, you fucking rebroke. You screwed it up.
Yeah,
you lost now.
I think you just mixed it up. Man.
Wait, what happened?
You pushed it to turn back.
Oh my god.
Wait, what the fuck just happened?
You screwed the turn order. You're fucked. You had to give it a turn while there was still one on the orb.
1. Tifa could still do it. I think that in 4 turns.
She can.
Yes, she can. Battle cry, battle cry.
Zero chance, Tifa. This is like 2 million HP. There's no way Tifa's do. I don't think so.
It'll be really funny if she does. So can you turn jump with Beat Rush? Can Beat Rush turn jump?
Look for Beat Rush first.
Okay, what would happen if you tried Beat Rush?
Beat Rush, she doesn't jump.
Nope.
Okay, then yeah, I think you're right. Just 3 battle cries and the Beat
You're
Rush.
So fucked.
No, I think I win. I think this wins.
8 HP attack is not the way to go, though.
Raw, why did you give it the rebreak? Could have had a 25% chance. Ooh. Maybe she's actually, wow, is Unga Bunga gonna win?
Oh, please do it. Yes, I want to see this battle cry again.
I don't think so.
There's no way this is gonna do it. But
it's not, but it'll be close enough to be exciting.
B-Rush for the win.
It's not gonna win.
Fuck!
Oh, that came close.
Wow.
Yo, that was so close. That was so... That was, I gotta be real, that was
Gem revive, get that clear, get that win.
I've already gem revived once to 1. I already
don't you do it.
No, we're done. We're done. Hey,
oh
Tifa,
my god.
Tifa just about.
There were so many chances to salvage this, and you fucked them all up, so that was truly a roller coaster.
Me? I fucked it up.
I want no blame for the AA thing because you didn't even take the path.
But you said we had an AA left. Let's be very real here.
We took the turns that it didn't matter. We played the safe way.
No, but if we had the AA, that would have been an easy clear.
And we played like we didn't, and we didn't. So that's not my fault that we didn't have the AA. I just thought we did. It doesn't re-break, Bartleby.
Oh god,
it is just an instant turn, and it gives her a free ability use, I think.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Look how close she got. She got to 2. She took it in 4 turns. She took it from 11% to
Agri's buffs would have given her more turns. There were plenty of ways you could have fixed this, but thank you so much for coming tonight, everybody. I think this has probably easily been our most successful stream. So really fun one. Thanks for the engagement. It's run super fucking late, so we have to close out here. Go. But do you guys have any final thoughts as we look at the Gem Revive screen?
Yep, that was all Zoe's fault. Thank you guys in chat for recognizing that.
Throwing me under the bus. I hate you.
Bl'Art.
I'm ditching for Crux. My contract is done. I'm tearing it to shreds.
Bl'Art, we'll be back on Monday. What do you got to say between now and Monday? Go.
Skip Kane LD, pull for Realm LD.
Good point. Zoe, what do you got?
Turn warpers are fun. Pull for Shulk.
Turn warpers
Counterpoint:
are fun.
child labor is wrong. Don't pull for Shulk.
Ooh, good point.
Skip Shulk because she's a child. That's also a good point. We're gonna raid somebody. If anybody could stay, that would be great.
Live and DFFOO?
Oh, there's nobody nobody running DFFOO. All right, so we're out of here. Hey, we'll be back on Monday.
Oh wait, there are some people.
Are there people?
Looks like it.
We'll be
DFFOO
back.
finishing these Copium Lufenia pluses with Titus. That sounds like it could be fun.
Yeah, we'll go watch Exo Gara. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We will be back Monday, 8:30 p.m. Thanks for the raid from Chris. Thanks for all the new people we saw tonight. We really appreciate that. And we will see you Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as always. Hopefully, Zoe will not lead us astray and cost.
I hate you.
I mean, it came down to.
No, I'm not letting you do this. I'm not letting this be the final words of the podcast when you had so many chances to fix this and you didn't take them.
I gave you the decision making, and sure enough, what happened?
Welcome to the Gaslight stream.
Oh my god.
Dude, my name. I should change my name back to type Gaslight. All right. This is over.
I can't type
Jesus
this guy's
Christ.
name. It's Axel EGSRAR.
It's Axel Legs Rah Rah.
Okay, there it goes. All right, thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.